Jacked up and good to go from Yorkton. It's Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the balls and strikes between the Swift Current 57's and the Yorkton Cardinals. Another edition of Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. The 57's with a convincing 12-1 win 24 hours ago. And don't look now, but Swift Current, after a slow start, has won 4 in a row. They're looking for their 5th consecutive W. And tonight, if they are able to accomplish that, then Swift Current will hit 500 with a record of 8-8. The Yorkton Cardinals, though, a team that's seen a resurgence with some fresh personnel arriving in the city where good things happen, they have other plans than allowing Swift Current to run their winning streak to 5 straight. Ryan Thrasher gets the start on the bump for the visiting Yorkton Cardinals. Newcomer Jack Ferguson, a lefty, will start for the Swift Current 57's in the bottom of the first. Ryan Thrasher, 2 appearances on the year. He's worked 7 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. He struck out 8 and walked 13. He's 0-2, and he will look to lower a 7.63 earned run average at the expense of the visiting Swift Current 57's. The Swift Current squad in this one, as you can see them warming up in front of their dugout here in Yorkton. They're going with the green tops with the gray pants, orange trim on the green tops. Yorkton Cardinals going with the blue jerseys with the red and white trim tonight. So Ryan Thrasher set to work against the Swift Current 57's. Miles Miller from Windsor, Ontario, leading off for Swift Current. Reigning league MVP Bo McClintock will hit second for the 57's. And Alex Orenchuk, who had a big night last night with 2 doubles and a home run, will hit third for the Swift Current 57's. We're in the top of the first and good to go here. A hot, steamy day in Yorkton. High humidity here. And Miller leading off for the 57's. First pitch take. And ball 1. 1-0 count here. Swift Current, again, as we mentioned, looking for 5 in a row before returning back to Mitchell Field tomorrow night. Tomorrow, back in Swift Current. We hope to see you there. It's going to be a rematch of last year's WNBL Championship Final when Swift Current takes on Edmonton. As of today, Weyburn Beavers are unbeaten, and they'll be in Swift Current on Thursday. But in the here and now, it's all about the 57's and the Yorkton Cardinals. Ryan Thrasher working against Miles Miller, 2-0 count. Pitches inside, or 3-0, and 4 pitches. Miles Miller given first base. So a speedy leadoff guy on for the Swift Current 57's, and the dangerous stick of Bo McClintock making his way to the plate now.
Heavy-hitting Bo McClintock leads the league with 8 home runs. First baseman.
McClintock 8 dingers to lead the league this year. Ryan Thrasher out of Sherwood Park, Alberta. Starting pitcher for the Cardinals, who now have Miles Miller on base to contend with here. Thrasher, right-handed pitcher, looks and delivers. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate, and strike 1 to McClintock. 5th pitch thrown by Thrasher, first one that has found the strike zone here in Cardinal Field at beautiful Jubilee Park just off downtown Yorkton. Wind up and the delivery. McClintock fouls that fastball away. And Bo trailing the count 0-2 here with the dangerous Alex Orenchuk on deck. Wind up and the delivery. Curveball that stayed up.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And with the count 0-2, Thrasher neglects to go, or selects to go, breaking ball.
Swift Current a little easier on the eyes tonight. They left those
breaking ball going low and away in this righty-on-righty matchup.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count to Bo, keeping the sword sheathed for the last 2 pitches.
Gets a sign for Mcdonald behind the plate tonight.
Wind up and delivery. Fastball. McClintock gets a piece of that one. Hits it to center field where Griffey Halley camps underneath that ball and makes the catch. 1 away as Miles Miller retreats back to first base. 1 down and still 1 on here.
Bo just missed that one. He got it.
It's Ryan Thrasher throwing to catcher Jimmy Mcdonald tonight. Dylan Champagne moves to first base. Logan Zosiah back at second. Jace Wilson playing short. And Jared McDonald, who was behind the plate catching for Yorkton last night, moves to third base. Outfield, Ryan Nemi in left, Griffey Halley in center, and Thyrus Jones draws back into the lineup. The speedy, explosive offensive player in the lineup at right. Fly ball hit to short. Jace Wilson underneath that, and he'll make the catch. So 2 quick outs after Miles Miller was walked. And now Ben Komanoski, who had a home run. Oppo bomb last night for the designated hitter. Komanoski playing behind the plate last night for the 57's. He's DHing tonight. Dawson Tate will catch for the 57's. Dawson hitting 7th in the 57's lineup. Komanoski representing the number 4 spot in Swift's batting order. Fastball outside, and Miles Miller is off to the races. And Miller thrown out at second. That's a great arm by Jimmy Mcdonald, who bobbled that pitch. And on target to the second baseman, tag applied to Miles Miller. So Ben Komanoski will lead off in the top of the second. Newcomer Jack Ferguson starts on the bump for the 57's as they take to the field. Bottom of 1 coming up. We are scoreless in Yorkton. This is 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball. Jack Ferguson throwing his warm-up pitches as he gets set for his first WNBL appearance on the mound for the Swift Current 57's. Ferguson, another product of Madonna University, a school that's been good to Swift Current over the past few years. The Dokies and Bobby St. Pierre. Livonia, Michigan, hometown for Jack Ferguson. Left-handed pitcher, 6 foot, 185. He is throwing to Dawson Tate. First base, Bo McClintock. At second base, you got your Will Baker, Ethan Hunter at short, Jared Doki playing third base. Outfield tonight for the 57's, Jared Binsfield in left, Miles Miller playing center field, and Alex Orenchuk patrolling right field. The designated hitter this evening, as we talked about in the top of the first, is Ben Komanoski, who sometimes sees duty behind the plate. A couple of Madonna boys having a conversation on the mound here. Jared Doki and Jack Ferguson. Two guys familiar with each other. And now set to lead off here is Griffey Halley for the Yorkton Cardinals. Griffey Halley from Northern Washington. So 3 guesses who he's named after, but you only need 1.
Griffey from
Northern Washington, born in the late 90s. Griffey Halley, Ryan Nemi, and Clyde 1, 2, 3 for the Cardinals.
286 on the season.
Fastball from Jack Ferguson, just missing up and away. Lefty on righty matchup here. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless between the Swift Current 57's and the hometown Yorkton Cardinals. Swift Current busing back to Swift Current tonight. And then in action tomorrow, a rematch of last year's WNBL final as the Edmonton Prospects are in town, taking on Swift. That'll be a good one. And then the as of now undefeated Weyburn Beavers in town on Thursday. So a couple of big home dates coming up for the 57's. After some time here in Yorkton, the lefty with some heat. As Jack Ferguson hitting our gun at 87.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ferguson winds and fires, and 86 miles an hour right into the leg of Griffey Halley. So he's going to get first the hard way.
Fastball.
And now Ryan Nemi to the plate. Nemi, a dangerous stick in the Cardinal lineup. 348 on the year. 24 hours ago, the Yorkton Cardinals started walking Swift Current 57 hitters and allowed guys to reach on air, and that's when Swift Current was able to pile on 6 runs in that 6th inning. They walked Miles Miller in the top of the first, but he was subsequently caught stealing in the top of the first. Fastball from Ferguson, and strike is called as Nemi takes. So Griffey Halley on at first. Ferguson, the lefty, able to look right at him, and a quick pickoff move over to first. Bo McClintock applies the tag as Halley dirties up the white pants and blue tops of the Yorkton Cardinals.
Jared Binsfield in left, Miles Miller in center, Alex Lorenchuk in right.
Love that the Yorkton Cardinals went with the blue and whites tonight. Much easier to see than the red numbers on the red jersey that they tend to wear sometimes. Ground ball third, 5, 4, 3. Smoothness from the 57's infield. Jared Doakey, Will Baker, Bo McClintock. And that changes the complexion of the bottom of the first, as now there's 2 away. Nice pivot by Baker, as he was able to quickly dispatch that baseball off to a waiting Bo McClintock at first. And the base runner that got on via the hit batsman erased from the equation. Nobody on here. 2 away, bottom of 1. Ferguson. Upper 80s on that fastball from Ferguson.
And here you can see it up there, folks, the 7-10 right on time. What have we got on next line? We got Potash. Left-hander looks and delivers.
Ferguson, swing and a miss, set an offering low and away. Lefty versus righty here. This is Clyde at the plate, who's hitting .423.
Jared McDonald on deck.
This is his 7th game with the Cardinals. 11 hits and 26 at-bats for coming into this one. Dawson Tate behind the plate, wearing number 47 tonight. Wardrobe issues causing Tate to wear Tommy Steyer's jersey from last night. Change up in, and just missing. It's a full count now. Ferguson versus Clyde, the native of Taiwan. 3-2 pitch. Doesn't miss by much with that 86-mile-an-hour heater. Gets on via the walk.
Showing a good eye at the plate.
Clyde, whose given name is Cheng Chi, Taiwanese infielder, awarded first base after 4 pitches outside the zone. That brings Jared McDonald to the plate. McDonald on third base duty tonight after playing behind the plate last night for the Yorkton Cardinals, as Ferguson winds and delivers. Fastball letter high. Just a bit up, 1-0 count.
2 away here. Home out the first inning, folks. No score between the Redbirds.
2 outs. That was pitch number 13 of the bottom of the first for Ferguson.
Left-hander looks in, gets the sign.
Winds and delivers. Change up.
2 balls, no strikes.
Just missing low. Count 2-0.
Two balls, no strikes.
McDonald, 333 average. Chopped over top of the pitcher. Low velocity ground ball. Hunter, are you kidding me? Ethan Hunter. Poise, grace, fluidity, making difficult plays look easy. That's what Ethan Hunter does. Having trouble negotiating that one hopper, but able to dispatch that ball to a waiting Bo McClintock. That does it for the first inning. Top of 2 coming up. Still scoreless in Yorkton. 57's baseball from Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's. Welcome back to Yorkton. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the balls and strikes between the Swift Current 57's and the Yorkton Cardinals. Swift Current looking to go 500. A win tonight would put them at 8-8, and that would be their 5th win in a row. 4 consecutive W's coming into this one. Yorkton Cardinals, well put together team. Not going to allow Swift Current to get out of here that easy with win number 5 in a row. Ben Kamenowski set to lead off for the 57's here in the top of the second. Kamenowski, Jared Binsfield, and Ethan Hunter, DH, left fielder, and shortstop, respectively. Ryan Thrasher on the mound for Yorkton Cardinals.
Ben Kamenowski leads off. He was at the plate when...
So top of 2, Kamenowski, an abbreviated at bat in the bottom of the first inning, or top of the first rather. Miles Miller on first, caught stealing. Kamenowski's going to hammer that one straight south out of the ballpark here. Yorkton Youth will chase that down for a shiny Canadian dollar, and Kamenowski will deal with an 0-1 count. There's a look at the setting here, Jubilee Park, as Thrasher, breaking ball, stays up.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 the count.
Swing and a miss.
Off speed pitch from Thrasher. Swing and a miss from Kamenowski, who opposite field homered last night. Late inning dinger to give Swift some added run support, and Kamenowski puts a charge into that ball. He sends it to left field. Ryan Nemi is where he needs to go to make the catch. It's allowed out to left. Ryan Nemi's toes on the warning track as he secured that baseball in the glove.
Gavin Sports at the crack of the bat. He had a good jump on that ball.
And Kamenowski flying out to 7. Well hit ball. Jared Binsfield to take a turn now. Binsfield hitting .279 on the year. The young native of Saskatoon. First pitch fastball, letter high, called strike. All right. So Binsfield stepping out of the batter's box, makes an adjustment. Sherwood Park's Ryan Thrasher working quickly here. Breaking ball, dropping into the dirt. Jimmy Mcdonald behind the plate, blocking that one. 1-1 count. Ethan Hunter on deck.
Looked pretty dismal at first, but it's starting to come in here. This one's a
high heat and out.
Ryan Thrasher on the mound.
Ryan Thrasher not taking much time between pitches at all, working quickly as that fastball is sent foul by Binsfield.
Ball,
2-2. Curveball behind Binsfield. No purpose or ill intent there, just released a little bit too early from Thrasher.
A little embarrassment, that's all. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's outside. And
just a bit out to Binsfield. And second walk of the game issued by Ryan Thrasher.
With his second walk of this ball game, Ethan Hunter, the fine shortstop, steps in. You saw that.
Ethan Hunter hitting 6th in the 57's order tonight. Great play to end the first inning by Hunter. Hunter showing himself to be as talented a shortstop as you'll see in this league. Thrasher. Fastball. And Hunter drills that into center field, advancing Binsfield a station. A couple ducks on the pond now for the green and gray clad Swift Current 57's. And Dawson Tate to take a turn now.
Dawson Tate, the catcher, steps in. 1 away. Runners on first and second.
Dawson Tate going through his pre-at-bat routine. Tate, the catcher, always with a sign of mutual respect to the opposition catcher by tapping him on the shin guards as he approaches the plate. Something he said while playing ball once a time, a veteran catcher did to him, and he liked that sign of respect, so it's something that he incorporates now into his pre-at-bat routine. Mutual sign of admiration, catcher to catcher. Tate giving Jimmy Mcdonald a tap on the shin guards.
Tate batting .250.
And first pitch outside to Tate. 1-0 pitch with 2 on, nobody out.
Just missed.
Fastball low and away, misses that outside corner, Thrasher does. And now a 2-0 count to Dawson from
2
Colorado.
balls, no strikes.
Thrasher the delivery.
Swing and a miss.
Goes to that spot low and away. This time Tate takes a hack at it.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away here. Top half of 2, folks. Runners on
2 and 1.
Second for the 57's.
We're in the top of 2 and still scoreless. 57's threatening here with Jared Binsfield on at 2.
Saskatchewan.
See him at the top of your screen.
Blue skies with some white cloud up there.
Ryan Thrasher.
Rain here. Nice fastball.
Called strike on the fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Now this is a big pitch for.
So a 2-2 count with 1 down and 2 on in the early stages of this contest.
Long look in, taking his time. Right-handed. That's good.
Wind up and the delivery. Curveball.
Didn't get the call.
And just a bit up.
I called that one again. A little too soon. It looked like it was in there nicely.
Well, Thrasher not missing by much on that 2-2 curveball.
I think the crowd here in the ballpark also expected.
Full count now. Fastball, and Tate gets a piece of that one. Hits it into left center. That's going to one-hop the outfield. Galloping home is Binsfield. And the 57's are going to be on the board first here. Dawson Tate, RBI single on a 3-2 pitch.
Take the lead on.
Binsfield scores. Swift Current wins the race to get on the scoreboard first. It's 1-0 for the sense-making Swift Currentians.
Binsfield scores from second base.
Jared Binsfield scored.
So runners on
Binsfield
first and
advancing to
second
first
right now.
via the walk. And Swift Current
This pitch is
holding
a
Yorkton
ball,
accountable
1 ball,
for
1 strike.
allowing Binsfield on via base on balls.
It would've been nice to get that
Walk
strike.
single from Ethan Hunter.
1 ball, no
And
strike.
Dawson Tate with a well-hit ball into left center gets Swift Current on the board first.
Fastball.
Fastball catches the outside corner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Thrasher really trying to throw that fastball low and away to righty hitters. Figure out what that spot is and what's a ball and what's a strike in the early stages of this one.
Way outside blocked.
Low and away,
Not in time.
and galloping over to third base
McDonald, and,
is Hunter.
Hunter moves on to third base. And, wow.
1 down here.
So runners on the corners here.
Thrasher's now thrown 31 pitches here in the
Ryan trying to
Bottom
put
of
this,
2,
get
or
a little
top
fire
of
here in the
2
second
rather.
inning. Let's not let it get away.
Fastball just below the letters.
2 balls, 1 strike. 3 and 1, is it? Okay.
And a 31 count to Jared Doki. Doki representing the number 8 spot in Swift's batting order. Will Baker on deck. Runners on the corners and 1 down as Thrasher.
And there's wide.
Fastball, ball 4 to load the bases.
And,
For the number 9 hitting Will Baker, hitting 207 on the year.
with the walk.
Brady Hole's going to take a slow walk out of the Cardinals dugout. And he's going to meet with his infield to strategize the situation here. The bases are loaded, 1 down. Number 9 hitter at the plate for the Swift Current 57's. Swift Current has already had 1 touch home plate here,
9
as Jared Binsfield walked and subsequently scored as Dawson Tate brought him in.
Brady's up there to talk to the pitcher.
Quick words of wisdom by Brady Hole, the assistant coach here in Yorkton, a guy who played for Joe Carnahan in 2010 when Swift Current won a league championship.
Bases loaded.
There's Brady and Joe over there having a few quick words with each other. So the situation has us situated with 3 on base for Swift Current and Will Baker at the plate. Top of the order on deck, 1 away. Ryan Thrasher, high heat inside.
1 ball, no strikes.
And it's a 1-0 count.
Having a difficult time hitting that strike zone right now. Just one away here.
34 pitches from Thrasher, 20 of them outside the strike zone thus far here in the top of the second. Baker swats at that fastball that was just below the letters and fouls it towards the Cardinal dugout. Swift Current trying to get ahead early. They already have one across home plate here in the top of 2. Bases are loaded and only 1 away with Miles Miller in the top of the order on deck. Fly ball. And that could stay in play, but it's going to be a tough play for Dylan Champagne, the first baseman, and he's unable to squeeze it in foul territory. He had to make the high degree of difficulty over the shoulder catch. And a tough play for Champagne. And Will Baker will live to see another pitch here. 1-2 count to Will.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a tough play for the first baseman trying to run that ball down in foul territory.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 count, Thrasher. Outside with the fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got a 2-2 count now to Baker.
Well, you're going to have to go after him. And if the base is loaded.
2-2 pitch. Fastball and got him.
Took something off that one and got him looking.
Down the pipe to Will Baker. 2-2 pitch. Baker may have been expecting that curveball, which we've seen Thrasher throw in that situation. Miles Miller with a turn now. 2 down, bases loaded for the 57's.
He ended the inning when he was caught stealing.
Miles walked his last time up and was subsequently caught stealing. Righty on lefty matchup here, the native of Windsor, Ontario, against Sherwood Park's Ryan Thrasher. 3 on for Swift, and Miller swats that foul down the first base line.
No balls, 1 strike. 2 away. Ryan from
hot
Windsor,
night in Yorkton.
Or Miles, rather, from Windsor, Ontario. That's right across the river from Detroit.
Out in the outfield, you can see the Yorkton breeze gently caressing the flags in straightaway center. Pitch up.
First base, playing first base behind Dylan Champagne, lives in Detroit, so just across the Detroit River over the bridge. When you're there.
Wind up in the delivery from Thrasher. Miller pops that up.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Heading towards no man's land, but Griffey Halley is where he needs to be to make the catch. So the 57's, they get 1 across the plate, but they end up stranding 3. But Swift Current on the board first. Bottom of 2 coming up. Jack Ferguson on the mound. It's a 1-0 lead for the 57's. This webcast brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. Elsewhere in the WMBL tonight, the Okotoks Dogs in Lethbridge taking on the Bulls. That game is scoreless at the top of the second at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. Weyburn's in Melville, and they're tied at 1 in the bottom of the first. Brooks visits Regina tonight, scoreless in the bottom of the second. And no score yet. Medicine Hat making the long drive north to Fort McMurray to take on the Giants. Dylan Champagne leading off for the hometown Yorkton Cardinals, native of Detroit, Michigan. Champagne, .235 batting average. He's got some pop in his bat as he's gone yard a couple times. Takes a big hack with Cruel Intentions on the fastball from Jack Ferguson. That one pumped past Champagne. And the count 0-1. Back-to-back fastballs, 0-2. And Jack Ferguson quickly ahead in the count here. Ferguson, 3 quick pitches, not wasting any time here. Ryan Thrasher and Jack Ferguson, 2 starting pitchers, not taking much time between throws here from the mound. Pitch number 18 of the game, strike 3. Champagne going down on 4 pitches. Ferguson and Dawson Tate working real quick here. Logan Zozea to the plate now. One of the Oregon products on this team.
Logan had a Grants Pass, Oregon. 250 batting average. Only 8 trips to the plate so far.
Couple hits and 8 at-bats for Zozea, second baseman. Thyris Jones, dangerous offensive player on deck for the Cardinals, is Jack Ferguson. Ground ball, Ethan Hunter, off to first, 6-3.
That's automatic.
Poise, reliability, elegance from the 57's shortstop, Hunter.
Thyris Jones can create a little excitement.
You lose appreciation for how difficult some plays are at shortstop when you watch a guy like Ethan Hunter. And now Thyris Jones. Night off last night for the native of Orlando, Florida, back in the Cardinals lineup. Thyris with a .250 batting average, and he's going to try and bunt his way on base, but drag bunt down the first base line and ends up bunting that off of his person.
He's been a leadoff batter most of the season for the Cardinals.
Changeup coming out of the left hand of Jack Ferguson.
He can handle that bat. He lays down a nice bunt.
Ferguson.
That hits him.
Fastball right in the back.
Take one for the team.
And Thyris Jones takes first base the hard way, wearing 87 miles an hour right in the 14.
You know, the left-hander Jack Ferguson's going to have to watch Oregon. Thyris on first base, he's got a good chance of Thyris running and getting himself in the scoring position. Not a lot of speed out there.
Thyris Jones, 1 for 3 in stolen base attempts thus far in 2018. The lefty Ferguson will be able to keep a close eye on him. Jimmy Mcdonald to the plate now, the catcher for the Cardinals. Ferguson. Just a bit up with that offering.
2 away quickly here in the second inning.
2 down here and 1 on. Bottom of 2, 1-0 lead for the Swift Current 57's. Ferguson.
Fastball in there for a called strike. That evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike.
That offering, a called strike.
No inclination or not giving away anything that he might have on his mind out there at first base. Let's see if we can just worry.
Ferguson gives him the gas. And a called strike.
A big boo from the crowd on that one. That looks...
Few umpires in the stands here in Yorkton disagreeing with that assessment.
Here's the look in by Ferguson.
And Ferguson and Tate taking a little bit more time with a runner on at first in between pitches. Change up outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimmy Mcdonald. Washington.
Catcher Jimmy McDonald.
250 on
Lane Community College in Oregon. from Yakima, Washington. Hit and run is on. Play at second won't be an option, so Jared Doakey will throw that over to Bo McClintock, who drops to one knee to make that play, and the 5-3 ends it. Tyrus Jones is left stranded out there. 2 innings in the books and a 1-0 lead for the 57's. This webcast brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. Ryan Schweitzer in Yorkton. 57's overnighting here after a 12-1 win on this park 24 hours ago in Yorkton. They'll bus back to Swift Current tonight, anticipating an arrival home between 2 and 3 in the morning, and then they'll take on the Edmonton Prospects tomorrow night at Mitchell Field, 7:05 first pitch. A rematch of last year's WNBL Championship Final, Swift Current and Edmonton. Last 2 league finals have featured those 2 teams. So they'll do battle tomorrow night in Swift Current, 7:05, and then the 57's host the Weyburn Beavers Thursday night. Weyburn tops in the league right now with a record of 13-0. Beginning their 2018 on a 13-game heater. They're in Melville tonight. First pitch from Thrasher outside as Jimmy Mcdonald, catcher, moves to his right after the Ryan Thrasher pitch. Thrasher winds and delivers. Fastball, again trying to work that outside corner, trying to paint that corner. And a couple takes from Bo, and he's up 2-0 in the count. Thrasher. Fastball, and strike by Bo. Count 2-1 now to McClintock, the reigning WNBL Player of the Week. Curveball stays up. 3-1 count. Fastball, opposite way. Tyrus Jones trying to chase that ball down. Lays out for it and unable to zero in on that ball in time. So full count to Bo. Bo will step back into the batter's box. Full count against the right-handed pitcher Thrasher. See if Bo's able to anticipate the 3-2. It's a fastball letter high, and McClintock will walk to first. It's only Bo's 5th walk of the year.
That's the 4th walk.
As he's walked on the full count offering.
57's.
Now Alex Orenchuk to the plate.
Alex Orenchuk, the right fielder. Alex popped up to end the first inning to the shortstop.
Alex hitting .347.
No balls, 1 strike.
A 1 count. Thrasher and Orenchuk. Alex 0 for 1. Popping up in his last at-plate endeavor. Designated hitter and last night's catcher, Ben Komanowski, on deck with McClintock on at first. Fastball and a called strike. Orenchuk behind Thrasher 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes. Right down the pipe,
Called strike 3, and that'll do it for Orenchuk. As Thrasher goes curveball with the count 0-2.
So that's 1 away.
Don't often see that pitch right down the middle with the count 0-2.
Ben Komanowski.
And Orenchuk expecting something that he should take. And Thrasher with a strike right down the middle. Ben Komanowski to take a turn now, 0 for 1. Flying out to left his last time up.
Up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Looked like he tried to throw that.
Ben hit his second home run of the year last night. Late inning dinger in his 5th game in the summer of 2018 here in Swift Current. 3 hits and 17 at-bats coming into this one, and 2 of those hits home runs. He's all in when he swings that genuine, powerized lightning strike Louisville slugger. Big hack with cruel intentions.
Remember, you got a man on first there. He might not be a threat every pitch to go, but he's still on first. Ryan looks in, gets a sign, and he's got a big lead. At
Thrasher. There's a curveball right into the shoulder of Komanowski. So 2 runners on now for the 57's. Jared Binsfield, who's walked and scored in this game, responsible for the 57's lone run.
Moves into scoring position. Those are the kind of
1 down here and 2 on. Ryan Thrasher against the young Jared Binsfield. Check swing. It's drilled over top of the backstop and right towards our broadcast location here in Yorkton.
Good looking day here in Yorkton. It's been hot and muggy most of the day, and got a little more humidity than we're used to out here.
The Yorkton crew.
Nice pitch.
Fastball to Binsfield. Thrasher not getting the benefit of the doubt on that fastball.
Thrasher a little bit upset back on the mound there. Kicks the dirt.
Ethan Hunter, who's 1 for 1, has already made a couple great plays at short, waits on deck with 2 on here and 1 away here. It's the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 lead for the 57's. Bo McClintock in scoring position. Fastball just outside and low, and it's a 2-1 count to Binsfield.
This looks a little bit frustrated out there. You don't get the call, you just gotta kind of shake it off.
56 pitches deployed by Thrasher in this one. There's another ball fouled out of play by Binsfield, evening things out at 2-2.
But it can come back to, if you look back at that.
So Jared Binsfield showing some patience, perhaps beyond his years. Making Thrasher throw a lot of pitches at him. Called strike 3 on that curveball that caught the outside corner, and 2 down now with 2 on.
Binsfield is caught looking for out number 2, shortstop number 8, Ethan Hunter.
So Ethan Hunter, who's been feeling it tonight, 1 for 1, and some solid work at short.
Ended up hitting one to left field and driving in the go-ahead, the only run this ball game.
Sherwood Park native Ryan Thrasher has a look at Bo at second base and delivers to Hunter. Fastball up. 1-0 count.
Top of 3 if you just joined us.
Wind up. Fastball. Hunter chasing low and away. Gets a small piece of that baseball and redirects it into the catcher, Jimmy Mcdonald, behind the plate. Regina Red Sox up 4 on the Brooks Bombers in Regina. And Weyburn and Melville tied at 1. Those games in the bottom of the 2nd. We're in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 lead for the Swift Current 57's. Big lead by Bo McClintock at second base, doing his best to get in the mind of the pitcher, Ryan Thrasher, who steps off the rubber and glares ominously at the Oregonian McClintock, Wimble Player of the Week. Curveball And a nice curveball from Thrasher. 12-6 strike.
And that curveball does seem to be taking its toll on the Swift Current 57's. She frozen to the spot when
Top of the third inning, 2 away. Pitch number 62 of Thrasher's evening. About to be uncorked. Tries to go to that curveball again, this time outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Jimmy Mcdonald behind the plate calling timeout. He'll get a new ball. Deuce is wild now with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and a couple on base. Ben Komanowski and Bo McClintock, who were walked and hit by a pitch, respectively, to get on base. 57's with 2 hits thus far. And that pitch gets past Jimmy McDonald. Runners advance a station.
That's 3-2.
Catchers want to keep balls in front of them as it's a long way to the backstop here in Yorkton.
3 balls, 2 strikes, Steve.
So a full count. 2 in scoring position now with 2 away. Ryan Thrasher predictably unpredictable in his pitch selection. We'll see what he does with the full count. Fastball up and away. And the base is loaded. Dawson Tate's turn. Tate with a single already that brought in a run. He's got an RBI on the 57's 1 run already. He's got the potential for more here in the top of the third inning. Catcher Dawson Tate.
Both the second and the third innings. Brings up the 7-hitter, Dawson Tate. Dawson drove in the only run of the ball game back in the second.
So the base is loaded. 3 ducks on the pond for Dawson Tate.
Again, that was on that controversial.
57's trying to blow this one open. We're in the top of the third.
This one's outside.
First pitch fastball low and away. 1-0 count. Tate wearing number 47 tonight. Not his normal number. A laundry issue forcing Tate to wear last night's starter Tommy Steyer's colors. It's 1 for 1 in it so far. Fastball just below the letters is a called strike. 1-1 count here.
Got some action in the Cardinal bullpen right now. Andrew Cisneros out there.
66 pitches for Thrasher thus far, causing Andrew Cisneros to go through the motions in the Cardinal bullpen. Wind up and the delivery, and that curveball stays up.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 count to Dawson.
Two balls, 1 strike.
2-1 count. Thrasher. Fastball. Again throwing low and away to righty hitters.
And this Swift Current ball club is just too good a ball club to.
And a full count to Dawson, or a 3-1 count rather. Thrasher. And that's going to get a piece of Dawson Tate and careen into the mask of the catcher. And a series of unfortunate events brings in another run for the 57's. Bo McClintock, who has walked earlier on, comes in to score. And here comes Brady Hole out of the Yorkton Cardinals dugout to have a mound visit here. He's going to take a slow walk, which will perhaps allow Andrew Cisneros more time to limber up in the Cardinal bullpen. And the 57's up a deuce here with the bases loaded. And 2 away here in the top of the third inning.
Andrew had a bit of a rough go last night coming in.
Bo McClintock walking. Alex Orenchuk striking out. Ben Komanowski hit by a pitch. Jared Binsfield striking out. And then Ethan Hunter advancing to first via the walk. And Dawson Tate hit by an errant fastball moments ago. That's been the makeup of the top of the third here. Ryan Thrasher. 69 pitches in this one. Will stay into work against Jared Doakey, the number 8 hitter in the 57's batting order. Bases loaded and 2 down here. Ryan Thrasher and the Yorkton Cardinals trying to limit the damage to just 1 here in the top of the third. Bases loaded. Jared Doki with a good swing of the bat. Could open up a bit more of a lead here for the 57s with 3 ducks on the pond. Fastball low and away. Ball 1 to Doki. Will Baker on deck. Andrew Cisneros warming up in the bullpen. Thrasher. Fastball up high.
Who's on third base? Colonoscopy. I thought he was scoring already. That's what.
Ben Komanowski on third base.
3 balls, no strikes.
3-0 count to Doki.
Three balls, no strikes. Base is still loaded.
Number 9 hitter Will Baker on deck. Doki hitting 222. Baker hitting 200.
Under at second.
And that fastball's up, and that will likely be the end of the evening for Ryan Thrasher as Coach Johnny Farrington makes his way out of the dugout to take the baseball from Thrasher. Swift Current 57's no hits here in this third inning, but a crooked number on the board, and Andrew Cisneros deployed. His second appearance in 24 hours. As he's going to be brought in with 2 outs, and the base is loaded here in the top of the third inning. 57's up 2-0. We'll let Cisneros get warmed up, and we'll be back with Swift Current looking for a little bit more offense here. They're up a field goal, and the bases are loaded. More 57's baseball shortly.
2 runs through this inning. Base is still loaded.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. The situation has us situated with 3 ducks on the pond and Will Baker at the plate. Baker, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 1 thus far, striking out. 200 average on the year. And the 57's have already played a couple this inning. 6 walks issued by the Yorkton Cardinals, starting pitcher. And now Andrew Cisneros coming in and trying to get the Cardinals out a bit of a jam here. Cisneros. See a steady diet of breaking pitches out of the product of Northern California. 5 appearances, 9 innings of work, 18 hits, 12 runs, only 7 of them earned. He struck out 9 and only walked 3. 5.44 earned run average, an 0-4 record on the year. As Cisneros winds and delivers. Fastball blocked behind the plate by Jimmy Mcdonald.
3 balls, no strikes.
And it's a 3-0 count here. .57's. 2 runs here in the top of the third, all via walk or hit batsman. Swift Current with a 3-0 lead, and only 2 hits for the visitors in this one, in green and gray, as Cisneros.
Fastball
Fastball up, and another one's going to be rocked in. Another run walked in. Ethan Hunter scores, and it's a 4-0 lead for the 57's. Top of the order up now, and Miles Miller. And Swift Current able to pay the bills just by standing in the batter's box and keeping the lumber on shoulder.
Miles Miller stands in. He's the 9th batter.
First pitch strike, slider from Cisneros. Lefty versus lefty. Cisneros will like this matchup. Bo McClintock on deck, who got this inning started with a walk and subsequently scored. Cisneros. Breaking ball low that Miller golfs at. Fouls that towards the 57's dugout. And an 0-2 count. Cisneros trying to strand 3 out there. Swift Current already with a crooked number this inning as they've put up a field goal on the board here. 3-run third. Cisneros. Curveball just missed. Nice looking curveball from Cisneros. Lefty on lefty, and that one just missing outside. 1-2 count. Goes back to that curveball, and this time gets the benefit of the doubt in catching the outside corner. Back-to-back curveballs, and Miles Miller goes down. 3 are left stranded, but 3 come in to score. No hits for the 57's in that third inning, but they're up 4-0. Jack Ferguson and the Swift defense will try and keep it that way when we return with this webcast brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
An unconventional top of the third inning as the Swift Current 57's get 3 runs on no hits and no Cardinal errors. Just walks and hit batsmen to give Swift Current 3 runs in the top of the third. Bottom of 3 right now, and Swift Current up 4-0. Jack Ferguson, his first start in the Wimble, 2 innings of work, striking out 1 and walking 1 thus far, facing 8 batters.
The Cards can whittle away at this 4-0 lead. Don't have to get them all at once.
57's as the train rolls into town here in Yorkton that you can hear.
Right on time, and he's going left to right on your screen out there. And he's
Swift Current has left 7 on base thus far as well, but up 4-0. Damage could have been a lot worse.
He's an engine and one oil tank. Don't imagine he's going too far with a load like that. But he's right on time though tonight.
Outfield train rolling through. Saluting the baseball fans as he makes his way through. Jace Wilson. Train engineer off in the distance trying to will on the hometown Cardinals.
That one's outside as well. Two balls.
Ferguson just missing outside. Lefty on lady. Jace Wilson, number 9 hitter, hitting 174 this season.
First pitch or
Called strike.
Called strike on the fastball.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike here.
Wilson, Halley, and Nemi. Due up for the Cards. Fastball bites the outside part of the plate for a called strike. And a deuce-deuce count to Wilson.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Wilson out of Strathmore, Alberta, and he swings for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Jack Ferguson. Top of the order now for the Cardinals and Griffey Halley. One away here. Bottom of 3. 4-0 lead for the Swift Current 57's. Looking for their 5th win in a row. Ferguson. Fastball. Inside around the shins.
That helps us. Got that no-hitter on the line, but he's facing Griffey Halley right now.
Ferguson.
Way outside, maybe I did.
Change up. Just a bit up and away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, not every day a guy comes in here working on no-hitters.
Ferguson.
We'll try anything here.
Fastball redirected into the backstop by Griffey Halley.
Left-hander looks in and
pitch number 37, about to be released from the left hand of Ferguson. Right back at him. Ethan Hunter gets it and quickly gets that ball off to first. Bo McClintock taken off the bag. Bo debating that.
Yeah, he had to make an exceptional play.
And Joe Carnahan's going to head out of the dugout.
And
he had to make an
I don't know if this is going to be to debate that call or more or less just to make sure Jack's okay. And yeah, he is that comebacker. Almost a 1-6-3. And that's the first hit by the Cardinals here. And now Joe Carnahan disagreeing with that assessment on the safe call. Bo McClintock arguing that he had his toe on the bag there. Just a great play by Hunter regardless. Swung on and missed. At the plate now is Ryan Nemi. Griffey Halley on at first. So an infield single, first hit of the game for the Cardinals.
Grounded into a 5-4-3 double play back first.
Ground ball foul towards the 57's dugout.
No balls and 2 strikes. One away here. Bottom of 3. Cards hoping to just chip away.
One down and a 4-0 lead for Swift Current. Bottom of the 3rd inning.
Setting up outside on the pitch.
Ferguson. Ground ball right back at the pitcher. 1-6-3. Not quite as that low ball coming in hot. So reaching on a fielder's choice is Nemi as they get the 1-6, but not quite the 3 on that attempted double play. So runner on at first.
Clyde Yaw stands in. Clyde with some power.
2 down. Chang Chi, Clyde Yaw due up now for the Cardinals. Clyde walking his last time up. And he's going to pop that one way up in the air. They got a fine beat on that baseball at Yorkton International Airport as Will Baker ventures into the outfield grass to make that catch. 1 stranded, no runs, 3 innings in the books, 4-0 Swift. Back with more 57's baseball in just a moment. It's brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
play.
Oh, and the double
Well, on
play.
the
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. There's 57's coach Joe Carnahan in his 11th year as coach of the Swift Current WMBL team. Renewing acquaintances with some of the umpiring crew here. Joe quite respected in WMBL circles.
Big Bo McClintock.
Bo McClintock here leading off. Joe, many years as a player for the Swift Current WMBL organization. First year as head coach of the team was 2008. Won his first championship as a coach in 2010, and then 2 more in 16 and 17. Swift Current endeavoring to three-peat as WMBL champions.
I'm going to miss. Andrew Cisneros.
Yorkton Cardinals and 10 other teams in the league have other plans. As Bo McClintock swings at an Andrew Cisneros offering. Called strike and a swinging strike. First 2 pitches to McClintock. Here in the top of the 4th inning, Swift Current's up 4. Reigning league player of the week, Bo McClintock, golfs at that one, and he's going to smack a single into the outfield. As Bo McClintock drives that 0-2 breaking ball over the head of the shortstop. And the reigning Wimble player of the week takes first base. Alex Orenchuk with a turn now. Orenchuk, a dynamite night last night with a couple of doubles and a home run. 0 for 2 thus far this evening. Hitting .340 on the year. So hitting better than 1 out of every 3 times at the plate. Mathematically, Orenchuk due for something here. As Ben Komanowski waits on deck. Bo on at first.
Fellas have a day off tomorrow. That's always a welcome relief in this packed schedule.
Cisneros, the lefty, goes to that curveball, called strike.
No balls, 2 strikes. When that thing's working, it confuses the hitters.
Left-handed pitcher Cisneros confidently throwing that curveball to lefties.
Sometimes
He goes back to it, and a called strike 3.
That's one away. Now batting designated hitter number 41, Ben Komanowski.
And you'll see a lot
That
of
curveball not setting the radar gun on fire, but man, does it go 12-6 out of the left hand of Cisneros.
The batters. It's when it flattens that sometimes it gets in a little bit of trouble. Ben Komanowski.
So Ben Komanowski now. Cisneros altering his approach, now dealing with a righty.
And scored.
1 out and 1 on. Bo McClintock at first. Lights on here in Jubilee Park.
Breaking ball in there for called strike.
Slider from Cisneros.
No balls, 1 strike.
Good curveball and an effective slider from the left hand of Cisneros.
Watching,
And Bo McClintock in motion.
and they got him trapped.
57's appealing for a balk, and Bo McClintock juking and jiving in between the bases there. And Bo tries to move around the infielder there, but eventually caught in a rundown.
There is Bo McClintock.
So suddenly 2 out.
Not liven the crowd up. The crowd's kind of.
So the runner on base for the 57's erased. As Bo McClintock, thinking steal,
Oh, we're gonna stand here. Get a
took
different
off,
step.
and
So
Cisneros
2 away
able to see him out of the corner of his
here.
eyes.
Cisneros
Goes to
delivers
that
a little bit
curveball,
high.
which stays up.
That makes the count 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away here, folks. Top of 4.
Andrew Cisneros from Sacramento, California. Curveball,
Just missed.
just above the shoelaces.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Cisneros 17 pitches into this outing with the 57's up 4-0.
Crowd.
Wind up and the delivery goes to that slider, and that's fouled. Fast curve slider change, the
2 balls, 2
repertoire of
strikes. Once
Cisneros.
this team starts winning on a regular basis, this crowd is gonna fatten right up and fill this ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count. Cisneros goes to that curveball. Komanowski hits it to center field. Griffey Halley is where he needs to be to make the catch, and that'll do it for the 57's. Bo McClintock with a hit. He was caught in a rundown. Top of 4 in the books. Bottom of coming up. 4-0 lead for the Swift Current 57's. We'll be back with more of our webcast after this.
When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. Ryan Schweitzer in Yorkton, where the Swift Current 57's have a 4-0 lead. Damage could have been more, as Swift Current has left 7 on base through the first 4 innings here. Jack Ferguson, his first start in the WNBL. 3 innings of work thus far, only allowing 1 hit, striking out 2 and walking 1, facing 12 hitters. Third baseman Jared Mcdonald is going to lead off here for Yorkton, as they're going to go 4-5-6. Mcdonald, Champagne, Zozea. Swift Current coming into this game, winners of their last 4, so trying to extend that winning streak to 5. A win tonight will put them 8-8 on the year. It'll be a 4-hour bus ride back home to Swift after this one, and Swift Current hosting the Edmonton Prospects tomorrow night, Mitchell Field. 7:05 first pitch, a rematch of the last 2 WNBL finals. Swift Current in Edmonton.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Prospects over the last 2 years. Team that was relatively quiet in the regular season, but then figured it out in the playoffs to advance all the way to the league finals. Edmonton 7-7 going into tonight. 57 7-8, looking to even out at 500. Night off for the aforementioned Prospects tonight. Okotoks Dogs with a 2-1 lead on the Lethbridge Bulls in Lethbridge as that slider misses out. Full count to Jared McDonald. Melville Millionaires up 4-1 on the Weyburn Beavers in the top of the 4th. So Melville looking to blemish perfection tonight. Walk issued to McDonald. Weyburn with a come-from-behind win last night against the Regina Red Sox. Weyburn finding ways to win as Dylan Champagne gets set to take a turn here in Yorkton. Regina Red Sox up 6-0 on the Brooks Bombers in the top of the 4th, and Medicine Hat and Fort Mac are scoreless in Fort McMurray. That game in the top of the 4th. Jack Ferguson. Fastball out.
First pitch is outside, and 1 ball, no strikes.
Jared McDonald at first base after walking moments ago.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first, Jared McDonald. Cards hoping for a bit of a comeback here in the 4th.
1-0 count.
Here's the pitch. It's down and away.
Fastball in the dirt. 2-0 count.
2 balls, no strikes.
49 pitches deployed by Ferguson thus far in his WNBL debut.
And the 50th
fastball in.
Ball game by Ferguson is inside.
And Dawson Tate popping out from behind the plate. He's just going to have a quick chat with Ferguson.
And get things straightened around. So 3 balls, no strikes. We've got a runner at first base. Let's see if we can put something.
4-0 lead for the 57's.
Curly number up on that board. Umpires going out there to break up the tea party. Dawson Tate getting set behind the plate again.
Runner on at first. Cardinals looking for a spark.
3 balls, no strikes. I'm imagining.
57's looking to extinguish any potential flame here.
Takes a
fastball taken by Champagne.
3 balls, no strike.
3-1. 229 average for Champagne.
Dylan got power. And,
hitters count. There's some pop in the bat of this guy at the plate. As Ferguson just misses outside with that fastball, and it's back-to-back walks and a couple ducks on the pond for the Cardinals. Joe Carnahan heading out of the dugout. Not his slow walk by any means, as he just wants to have a quick chat and settle down his lefty. Joe Carnahan, a former WNBL Pitcher of the Year.
First time at the plate. And for the first time tonight, we've seen
So nobody out, 2-1. Cardinals knocking on the door here in the bottom of the fourth, trailing by 4. It's a quick chat by Joe Carnahan. Fans in Yorkton fired up. Trying to will some offense for their Cardinals. Jack Ferguson. Fastball, swinging strike. This is Logan Zozea at the plate now.
No balls, 1 strike.
222 average, nothing in 1 count.
Right-handed batter.
Ferguson pounds the zone with a fastball after some words of encouragement from Joe Carnahan. Bottom of the 4th inning and a 4-0 lead for Swift Current. Ferguson. Fastball in. Good take from Zozea. Thyris Jones on deck, who's hitting .250.
Mcdonald at second, Champagne at first. Cards hoping to get something going here.
Zozea, this is his 3rd game as a member of the Yorkton Cardinals. 2 hits and 8 at-bats coming into this one. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. 2nd time facing Jack Ferguson.
Right down the pipe and quickly ahead in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball. And count 1 and 2. 2 on for Yorkton. They're knocking.
The guys on the right side of that infield and the outfield are starting to feel the effects of that, or see the effects of the setting sun. Outside.
That fastball low and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count.
You see the glasses coming out.
The sun setting in the western sky here at Cardinal Field in Yorkton.
Flags are
North-facing field.
in the field.
Sun in the face of
Way
first
outside.
base and right
3
field.
balls, 2 strikes. So we've got
Pitch
3 balls,
outside,
2
full
strikes.
count.
2 runners on via the walk.
2 runners on. They were walked to get to first and second base.
Let's see if Mr. Ferguson puts one across, or is he going to do a little teasing and taunting on the outside of the, play the outside corners? What's he going to do here now?
Jack Ferguson,
Wind up.
and the delivery. Fastball right down the middle, fouled out. Good defensive swing by Zozea.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouling that one out of Cardinal Field.
He aimed that right straight down the pipe. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Nobody out here in the 4th inning.
Ferguson
Fouled back into the screen.
fires a fastball into the screen.
Darren didn't even move down there. Darren's been doing a fine job on the 50-50 tonight. That ball was fired or fouled right straight back, and if that screen hadn't been there, Darren would be probably laying on the ground right now. He didn't even flinch. Saskatchewan tough.
Ferguson winds and delivers, and another offering fouled into the backstop.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
2 foul balls drilled right in front of the 50-50 cellar there by the Cardinals.
Usually happens about the 2nd time around. The guys start
See him in his red shirt there. He is focused on the task at hand.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's hit some green out there, bud.
Wind up in the delivery.
And
Fly ball.
to right field.
Right field. Orenchuk makes the catch. Runner holds as Orenchuk hoses that into the infield. One down as Zozea flies out to right field. Now Thyris Jones with a turn.
Thyris Jones hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning.
Jones wore one in the 2nd, the last time he was up. Thyris Jones, the native of Orlando, Florida.
2nd home run.
He's hitting .250 on the year.
He had that big 3-run homer earlier on. I remember that. That was
12 hits, 48 at-bats, a home run, and 4 RBI for Jones.
Cards homer twice in the same inning.
One down and a couple on. First pitch fastball taken by Jones. Strike 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
1 away and 2 on. Swift Current
One ball.
Trying to maintain a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Newly acquired Jack Ferguson.
Hit him again.
And that gets a piece of Thyrus, and he'll take a walk to first. Bases loaded. So 4-0 the score. Jimmy Mcdonald representing the tying run here for the Yorkton Cardinals. The catcher taking his gear off in front of the Yorkton dugout. And he'll make his way to the plate now. And one swing of the bat could significantly alter the complexion of this contest here tonight between Yorkton and Swift. Yorkton trailing by 4. There is but 1 down and 3 on base.
222 on the season. 2 for 8.
Jimmy McDonald, 222 average on the year. Change up, called strike. Jace Wilson, who's hitting 170 on deck, bases loaded.
No balls, 1 strike.
Bottom half of the Cardinal order finding their way on base and setting the table.
Up high.
Change up stays up.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 count.
Time the ball game that Ferguson's been in any sort of real trouble.
57's warming up a righty in their bullpen. Ferguson
outside.
tries to paint that outside corner with that fastball, just missing outside.
And we do have some action in the bullpen. The right-hander out there.
57's have Joey Machado warming up in the bullpen.
Machado in the bullpen. Here's the look in and the delivery. Swing and a miss.
Swinging strike. Fastball.
No balls, 2 strikes. Jace Wilson on deck.
1 away. Bases loaded.
Okay, guys, let's do something.
2-2 to Jimmy McDonald. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
And that's it for Jimmy McDonald.
Best case scenario for Jack Ferguson.
2 away.
Ferguson's 3rd strikeout of the game. 2 away. Jace Wilson at the plate. Yorkton can ill afford to strand runners here. Down by 4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jace Wilson, number 9 hitter in Yorkton's order. Hitting 170. Talented infielder, can come up big here. 2 away, bases loaded.
Jace Wilson, one
Jack Ferguson and the 57's trying to Houdini themselves out of trouble as that fastball is in, about belt level.
Jace got good eye at the plate. You mentioned that before, and you can also get a hold of the ball.
Wind up.
Up high, 2 balls, no strikes.
Ferguson not missing much with that offering. 2-0 count. That was pitch number 70 of the ball game from Ferguson. Outside, glove saved by Dawson Tate.
3 balls, no strikes.
3-0 count.
Imagine that bat's going to sit on the shoulder here right now.
Jace Wilson will likely take, although it's got to be tempted with the bases loaded. And something likely coming right across the plate.
3 balls, no strikes.
3-0 count.
And he hit him.
And Wilson's going to wear a fastball with some
in the middle of the back.
velo on it, right in the middle of the back, and Wilson in a bad way.
And that one hurt. That one hurts.
Run's going to come in to score here.
And Jason's still down. Or Jace is still down.
Jace Wilson with a stray fastball right in the 23.
And
4-1 the score, and we're hoping Jace Wilson's okay.
Nice hands from the crowd. And it looks like he's going to stay in there.
86 miles an hour between the shoulder blades will sting.
But there's no stopping that Alberta Clipper. He's a gutsy player.
And the Cardinals have one on the board here. Jace Wilson really wearing one. And Joe Carnahan's going to take the baseball from Jack Ferguson.
For, Jack Ferguson right now. And as he's pulled here in the 4th inning.
72 pitches by Ferguson.
But he has thrown 72 pitches.
3 2/3 innings of work, walking 3, striking out 3. He's only surrendered one hit. And Joey Machado is going to make his way in, and we're going to give Joey a chance to warm up here. Bases loaded.
Joey Machado.
And Joey Machado trying to get the 57s out of a jam. We'll be back with more of our webcast brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino shortly.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Joey Machado, this will be his 5th appearance of the season. 7 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 12 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, striking out 10, and walking 4 along the way. 0-1 with an ERA of 6.39er. Joey Machado coming in with the bases loaded here. Native of Omaha, Nebraska. UNO, University of Nebraska at Omaha, where he played his school ball.
Here we go again, Card fans, and
bases loaded and 2 away.
And there with the bases loaded.
Top of the order, and Griffey Halley up as well. First pitch from Machado. Finds the strike zone with that offer.
No balls, 1 strike.
Jack Ferguson, 3 2/3. 1 hit, 1 run, striking out 3 and walking 3. He faced 18 hitters.
6.39 run average. 0-1 loss record.
Machado, fastball called strike, and Machado going right after Griffey Halley.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Jack Ferguson, lefty, who had some good velocity on his fastball. Now the righty Machado coming in. Breaking ball, just misses righty on righty, and 2-1 the count. Low and away breaking ball with the count 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Leadoff hitter Griffey Halley, who's 0 for 2 thus far, but hitting .333 on the year.
Bases jammed for the Cardinals.
3 on for Yorkton. Halley reaches and flares one into right field. One is going to score. Tyrus Jones being sent home. Play at the plate. And in front of the tag is Jones. Advancing to second is Halley. And the Cardinals played a couple, and now the lead for the 57's is 1. Good piece of hitting by Griffey Halley, flaring one the opposite way. And now Ryan Nemi to the plate. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, and a 4-3 ball game.
Jace finds himself at third
bottom
base.
of the 4th.
And Griffey Halley at 2nd base.
Single and you advance on the throw.
Okay.
Called strike.
Haley with the single.
Ryan Nemi.
Advanced on the throw. Ryan Nemi with a chance to tie this ball.
Nemi 0 for 2 thus far. His first time this game facing Joey Machado.
Hot hitter for the Cards this year. Swing and a miss.
Off-speed pitch. Nemi out in front of it.
That makes a count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Nothing in 2 count to Nemi. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 4-3 the score now as the Cardinals have put up 3 runs here in the bottom of 4. Machado. Ground ball, slow roller. Ethan Hunter off to first and on target. The always reliable Ethan Hunter ends that. 2 are stranded, but 3 come in to score for the Cardinals, and it's 4-3 with the top of the 5th straight ahead. This is Swift Current 57's baseball.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Jared Binsfield to lead off for the 57's, top of 5, 4-3 the score now as 57's with a 3-run third, Cardinals with a 3-run fourth. Jared Binsfield is going to take the first pitch he sees here in the top of the 5th and single his way to first base. Binsfield, Hunter, Tate due up here. 57's with a man on. And now Ethan Hunter sees the signals from 57's coach Joe Carnahan. Binsfield 1 for 1 in the stolen base department in 2018. 57's with 11 stolen bases as a team thus far. Last year they had 2 guys with that many alone. Riley Campbell and Matt Bondarchuk. Electrifying players at the top of the order last year for the Swift Current 57's. This year's Swift Current squad relying a little bit more on power than speed on the base paths.
2 balls, no strikes.
18 home runs leading the WNBL in the team department as of today. Of course, last year 57's led the league in home runs as well.
Swing and a miss.
Had 1 more home runs than the Okotoks Dogs. Swift Current had 51 to Okotoks 50. And Swift Current far and away leading as a team in stolen bases last year.
Real pleasant night to be sitting in the ballpark.
Don't quite have the team speed last year. Cisneros, 2-1 count. Breaking ball low to Hunter.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Hunter 1 for 1 with a run scored and a walk this evening. He's had himself a game as well at short. Binsfield on at first. Breaking ball called strike.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And a full count now. Pitch number 25 of the game from Cisneros, who's worked 1 1/3. Cisneros looks the runner at first. Throws to first, not his best move.
That was just a savvy dude. Calling guard. Just let him know that we know you're there. Here's the pitch.
Full count.
Down to,
Hunter swings at that.
Chase.
Ground ball.
Out
Wilson.
at second base, nicely fielded by Jace Wilson.
They get the force at second. Fielder's choice for Ethan Hunter. 1 down. Runner on at first. And Dawson Tate with a turn now. Tate 1 for 1 with a couple RBIs. Was hit by a pitch the last time he was up, and that's going to do it for Andrew Cisneros.
And that's it for
26 pitch night. 1 2/3 innings of work.
nice round of applause from the fans.
As the Cardinals are set to deploy Brian Chen, one of their Taiwanese players.
Did well Brian Chen coming in.
57's had a look at Brian Chen 24 hours ago. He's coming on a relief. We'll let Brian get warmed up, and we'll be back with more of the top of the fifth. Swift Current with 1 on and 1 out and a 4-3 lead. Top of 5, 57's baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
So Jake Gill coming in for the...
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
And welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. It's actually Jake Gill coming in to pitch for the Yorkton Cardinals. Right-handed pitcher working against Dawson Tate. 1 out and 1 on. Abbreviated night of work for Andrew Cisneros. And Gill, the right-hander, entering this ball game, facing Dawson Tate. Swinging strike.
One strike, no balls, one strike.
Gill, his third appearance. 7 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 11 hits. Struck out 9 and walked 5. 0-1 with a 2.73 earned run average. Ethan Hunter in motion. Throw, one hopping the second baseman. Hunter slides in safe. See him at the top of your screen.
So Hunter with the stolen base.
Runner moves into scoring position. There's one away. Hunter, who reached on a fielder's choice moments ago, now swipes second, putting himself in scoring position. 4-3 lead for the 57's. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Gill has a look at Hunter.
Dawson Tate. That's the plate.
Tate digs in. One away here. Tate with a couple runs batted in already this game. Fastball. And low and away. Jimmy Mcdonald blocking that. Good job to do so with the runner on at second. Count 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. One away here.
Jake Gill looks the runner at second. Unloads to Tate. That's bunted up and into the backstop. 1 out bunt attempt by Tate, and 2-2 the count now.
Program. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tate trying to bunt that fastball moments ago. On deck for the 57's. Jared Doakey, Tate representing the number 7 spot in Swift's batting order. Gill looking the runner at second. Curveball, letter height is where it hits the catcher's mitts, and it's a full count now to Dawson. Tate hitting .265 on the year. 2 runs batted in. 1 hit, and he was hit by a pitch last time he was up.
Jake Gill looks in, gets the sign.
Jimmy McDonald and Jake Gill agree on a pitch.
That's foul on the play again.
It's a fastball. Fouled straight back by Dawson.
Count holds at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count. Doki on deck. Hunter on second. One away here, top of the fifth.
Hunter at second base.
57's endeavoring to win their fifth straight.
We got a 4-3 ball game.
4-game streak coming into this one.
The 57's.
It's a battle here in Yorkton.
Delivers.
Jake Gill.
It's up high and he walks it.
Dawson Tate takes a walk. His third time reaching base this game for Tate.
So runners at first and second now,
And now Jared Doki begins his pre-at-bat routine.
Doki with a pair of walks tonight.
The energetic infielder steps in. Finds out what he needs to know from Coach Joe Carnahan. He's got runners on at first and second with only one away here, top of the fifth. 57's 4 hits in this one. Jake Gill winds and delivers, and delivers fastball up.
1 ball, no strikes.
1-0 count.
One ball, no strikes.
1-0 count with Will Baker on deck.
Jake, take him where he stands now, partner. That's in there.
Fastball called strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Count 1-1. The tension elevates. 57's with the first 4 runs in this one. Yorkton with the last 3.
If you're not here, well, try and make it up for our next game, which is
Jake Gill, fastball. Doki, ground ball to third. He'll step on third, getting the force, and Doki will leg it out at first. So runners on at first and second.
the lead runner.
Jared Mcdonald fielding that ground ball and winning the race to third base. So 2 away, Doki reaching on a fielder's choice. And now Will Baker to the plate. 57's have left 7 out there this game.
And Doki safe on the fielder's choice. So runners at
Will
first
Baker,
and second now. With
1 RBI this
2
game
away.
with a walk, and he's also struck out.
And Will Baker.
Will Baker chops that to third.
And
And again, just stepping on the bag is Mcdonald.
And that's it for,
So that'll do it for the 57's, who will strand a couple. And the bottom of the fifth coming up. It is Swift still with the 1-run lead, 4-3 57's.
no runs on 1 hit.
A couple more left out there. Swift Current has left 9 on the base paths in this contest. But they lead at 4-3. More 57's baseball coming up shortly for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Train horns in the distance, and a 4-3 lead for the Swift Current 57's in Yorkton. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the balls and strikes and everything else that occurs here at Jubilee Park. Cardinal Field. Joey Machado getting set for another inning of work. He's worked a third of an inning thus far, allowing a hit. Facing 2 batters. Jack Ferguson, starting pitcher, 3 2/3, allowing 1 hit. 3 earned runs, striking out 3 and walking 3, facing 18 hitters. Joey Machado pitching to Dawson Tate. Bo McClintock at first. Will Baker at second. Ethan Hunter at short. Jared Doki at third. Outfield, you got Binsfield, Miller, and Arenchuk. Clyde leading off for the Yorkton Cardinals.
I'm sorry, it's Clyde Yallrat, designated hitter, leading off. Clyde with a walk.
Yeah, 0 for 1 with a walk.
Pop out. So 0
He
for
flew
1.
out.
Right-handed batter. Takes the first one a little bit high.
Yeah, hitting .407 in his first few games in Yorkton. He was on a tear, and he's looking to contribute offensively against the Swift Current 57's. He's been held relatively quiet over the last 2 games, last night and tonight thus far. Yeah, did draw a walk the last time he was up.
Clyde ready to go.
Fastball drilled into the backstop by Yeah, who's got tremendous bat speed. 2 balls and a strike after that Joey Machado offering was fouled into the backstop. Machado 10 pitches for his night thus far.
Top of that bag, and the DH connect.
Machado,
Once again, foul.
breaking ball into the screen.
Evens it up at 2-2.
Hot summer days turned into a gorgeous night here in Yorkton.
Down for the 57's.
There's another offering into the backstop by Ya, who's battling with Machado here.
Count holds 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Count remains 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nebraskan Joey Machado against the Taiwanese Clyde Ya. Swung on and missed, strike 3. They get him off speed offering that Ya was out in front of. Good pitch by Machado.
Brings up Jared McDonald, the third baseman.
Third baseman Jared McDonald. A couple of ground balls hit his way in the top of the 5th, now trying to contribute in the bottom.
Shortstop back in the first and walked and scored in that 4th inning.
Machado.
This one's fouled to the right side.
Fouled off.
Foul ball. Take that ball back to the canteen and get yourself up.
No balls, 1 strike. 1 away here, folks. Bottom half of the 5. Again, fouled back into the screen.
Foul ball into your living room.
Cards have a little
And 2
difficulty
strikes for
catching
Joey
up with
Machado
that,
working against McDonald.
Fastball of Machado's. No balls, 2 strikes.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-3 lead for the 57's. Another ball fouled away. Joey Machado inducing all sorts of foul balls here against the Cardinals in the 5th.
Coins around here today. They get a loonie, which is $1 if you're not from this side of the board. It's a loonie coin, and it's called so because the first ones had
Called strike 3, and back-to-back strikeouts for Joey Machado as he catches McDonald looking. Dylan Champagne with a turn.
Brings up Dylan Champagne.
Champagne will see more work pitching than hitting this year, but getting into the lineup and playing first base. Versatile player.
0 for 1. Walked and scored in the
Native of Detroit digs in to face the Nebraskan Machado.
right-handed bat.
Joey winds and delivers. And righty versus righty outside corner of the plate, strike 1.
1 strike.
Nothing in 1 the count.
No balls,
Joey
1
Machado
strike. And this is,
induces a fly ball. That's hit deep to right field. Alex Orenchuk at the wall.
Sound that horn, boys.
And it's a solo home run for Dylan Champagne.
Dylan Champagne with the home run. My goodness, his 3rd of the season with the Cardinals in batting. And Dylan's fans all down here to see him play. His grandma and grandpa, his dad Tom. And all the players coming out of the dugout there. And Dylan Champagne ties the ball game up to the Cardinals. And that was a no-doubter, folks. That was deep in right center. That was a no-doubter. That was
It's 4-4.
around the 400 mark when it left here. And nice shot, Dylan.
They love the long ball in Yorkton. Swung on and missed. Joey Machado, a great inning of work until that blemish from Dylan Champagne.
They just announced to the crowd the price of beers dropped with that home run as well.
It's a 4-4 game. Curveball and a called strike. Good curveball from Machado.
So So
20 pitches from Joey. 21 rather, and 18 for strikes or contacts, so he's right around the plate with everything. That one's a bit out, only the 4th ball of his offering in 22 pitches.
Oh my goodness.
Dawson Tate lines up off the plate.
Way outside.
Outside fastball from Joey.
Machado looks a little maybe upset.
Machado, 2-2 pitch.
High chopper, and this would be a
High
tough
hopping
play.
ground ball. Tough play for Ethan Hunter to make there.
That's an infield single.
As that high hopper.
Ethan,
And a tough one to negotiate for Ethan Hunter. They're going to give Zosiah an infield single on that one, as the degree of difficulty respected. So an infield single.
It brings up right fielder.
Logan Zosiah, now Tyrus Jones looking to keep things going for the Yorkton Cardinals, who have tied the game here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a solo home run by Dylan Champagne.
And scored back in the 4th.
I was watching the play.
So go ahead.
Seemingly the first home run ever in Yorkton.
Logan Zosiah.
Yeah. Oh,
Bring him in now, thanks. Swing and a miss.
Jones, big hack with cruel intentions.
3 on 1 here.
That was a bomb. And this is
Shot by Jones. That could be trouble, as that's into the gap in left center. Zosiah being sent home.
Go ahead.
And it looks like it's going to be a triple for Tyrus Jones. And the Cardinals take their first lead of this contest here in the bottom of the 5th. Good piece of hitting from Tyrus Jones.
My boys, my billets are hitting again. My goodness gracious. Good to see there, fellas. And the crowd's come alive with pouring the rust up here.
And now Jimmy Mcdonald to the plate, the catcher for the Cardinals.
Let's see if we can pile in another one.
Back-to-back innings with crooked numbers for the Cardinals. 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and Yorkton has their first lead of this 2-game series with the Swift Current 57's. It's 5-4.
Takes the first pitch down low.
For the YKT. First pitch, take, and ball 1. 57's looking for an elusive third out, as the Cardinals have been able to put together some 2-out magic here. Joey Machado struck out 2 this inning, but since then,
This inning started with
Yorkton putting runs on the board.
Ryan Young and Jared McDonald went down on strikes, and since then the guys have been rolling.
Champagne with that solo home run, Zosiah with an infield single, and Tyrus Jones with a triple
2 balls, 1 strike.
that brought in a run. And now Jimmy McDonald.
We got action out in the Swift Current bullpen right now. Right-hander right there. This one misses. 3 balls and 1 strike.
3-1 count, hitter's count here to McDonald,
3 balls, 1
who
strike.
represents the number 8 spot in the batting order and hits 200.
Anything that gets by the catcher right now is going to probably score
Aaron
another run.
Pugh warming up
3
in
balls,
the
1
Swift
strike.
Current bullpen.
Here's the look in and the
3-1
pitch.
count.
And it's called strike 2.
Called strike. Machado
3
in
balls,
this righty
2 strikes.
versus lefty matchup.
McDonald 0 for 2
Joey
on
Machado
the
pitching to Dawson Tate. 5-4, the Cardinals lead it.
Slashed it foul back. in the
Fastball
strike.
from Joey. Hammered into the screen by McDonald.
Off in the distance we hear the
And it's a full count with 2 away and a runner on third base here.
plaintiff.
In an inning where the Cardinals have put 2 up on their wooden scoreboard.
And this is going to drop in there.
That's flared to Jared Doki, and Doki makes the catch at third base. So 2 come in to score, including a Dylan Champagne home run. It's 5-4 Yorkton. We'll see what Swift Current's response is to that when we return with the top of the 6th inning. This is 57's Baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, a presentation of Living Sky Casino and Crop Production Services, webcast produced by Snowstreaker Media in Swift Current. Swift Current 57's got the first run, the first 4 runs of this ball game, but the Cardinals have had the last 5, and it's 5-4 here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Jake Gill set for another inning on the JOB. He's worked 2/3 of an inning, walking 1, facing 3 hitters. It's the top of the order for the Swift Current 57's. Miles Miller, Bo McClintock, and Alex Orenchuk due up here. Top of the 6th, the 57's with a 6-run 6th inning 24 hours ago en route to a 12-1 victory here in Yorkton. Certainly wouldn't mind history repeating in that regard as Miles Miller leading off here. He's .333. He's walked once this game and struck out once. So Miles Miller, the speedy leadoff hitter out of Windsor. First pitch fastball from Gill, who has that violent overhand delivery. That pitch coming straight from 12 o'clock out of the right hand of Gill. Jake Gill winds and fires. Opposite field shot by Miller. Fouled out of here. Jake Gill out of White Rock, BC. Gill pitching to Jimmy Mcdonald. He winds and fires. Ground ball right back at Gill. That's going to careen to the second baseman, and Zosiah makes a nice play at second. A 1-4-3 to take care of Miles Miller. And now the reigning WNBL Player of the Week, Bo McClintock, will make his way to the plate. Bo has the ability to alter the complexion of baseball games with one swift swing of the lumber, and he will endeavor to do so here with his team down 1 here in the top of the 6th. Bo hitting .310 on the year. He's got to hit this game and a run scored. He's also walked.
Heavy hitting Bo McClintock. 8 home runs as we mentioned before in the season.
So Bo at the plate. Slashes that fastball foul over top of the backstop towards the snack shack here at Cardinal Field.
And a flyout, he's 1 for 2. Last week's player of the week.
Gill winds and delivers. McClintock drills another one just over top of the backstop.
Gill quickly ahead of the count, no balls, 2 strikes. You see all those potash.
Had a fair share of baseballs sent out of the ballpark in this one.
Pick up that pink gold, they call it. And,
2 strikes against McClintock.
Everybody's crops all around the world.
As Gill winds and delivers.
Just missed.
Low and away to Bo. And 2-2 the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And McClintock is going to wear a stray breaking ball in the small of the back. Bo hit by that 72-mile-an-hour curveball.
We've had 5 hit by pitches tonight.
And we've had our fair share of hit batsmen in this contest. Fifth time in this one that a batter's been hit, or six rather.
6 hit by pitches. 7 hit by pitches. My goodness.
Our statistician officially with the count, 7 players dinged in this one.
Unreal. Called strike fastball.
No animosity between these two teams that we know of.
Alex Renchuk, the right field.
That looked to be a slider curveball that hit McClintock, so that's seldomly a purpose pitch. Ethan Hunter, or pardon me, Alex Renchuk at the plate right now with McClintock on at first and 1 away here.
Swung on this.
Swung on and missed.
No ball, 2
Fastball.
strikes.
And 0-2 the count to Alex O. Well, Renchuk due. He's 0 for 3 this one.
Slow freight there.
Ben Komanowski waits on
110
deck.
cars on him or whatever. They bring prosperity here to the parkland, but still, it's pain. That's
Swung on and missed.
swing and miss.
And strike 3, Renchuk.
Renchuk goes down on strikes for out number 2. That brings the plate DH number 41.
They usually manage to block off the
Renchuk
whole round.
has a tough time seeing the ball tonight, I think. That's the 3rd time he struck out here.
But it's something we learn to live with around here.
Now Ben Komanowski will take a turn. Still Bo McClintock on at first after wearing a stray breaking ball into the small of the back.
A couple of flyouts. 0 for 2.
5-4 the score. Top of the 6th inning, Komanowski.
A little bit low with the
Fastball low.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 away.
Jared Binsfield on deck.
1 ball, no strikes.
1-0 count. Designated hitter Ben Komanowski. Played catcher last night.
Ooh, didn't get the call. Fastball.
Jake Gill didn't miss by much on that
2
offering.
balls, no strikes. And all the umpires in the crowd.
Back-to-back Saskatchewan talent for the 57's.
The real umpire.
Regina's Ben Komanowski at the plate. Saskatoon's Jared Binsfield on deck. Komanowski pounds that up the middle, advancing Bo McClintock to second. Good piece of hitting by Ben. Waiting for something he can drive and then doing so. That's Swift's 5th hit of the ball game. A 2-out shot by Ben, and now Binsfield will take a turn. 2 away. Bo McClintock representing the tying run at second. Jared Binsfield, 1 for 2 with a run scored, hitting .289 on the year. He's walked and struck out this game to go with a hit.
Right-hander.
Righty versus righty, Jake Gill. Fastball in the dirt. Jimmy Mcdonald fishing that one out of the Yorkton dirt. Komanowski at first, Bo McClintock at second.
1 ball, no strikes.
Ben with a single up the middle, Bo McClintock wearing one to get on base. Jared Binsfield up now with 2 down here in the top of the 6th, and Swift Current trailing by a run, 5-4 Cards.
Okay, Jake, take him where he stands now, but here we go.
Wind up. Towering shot by Binsfield.
And it's way up
And the left fielder, Ryan Nemi, after some serious hang time, makes the catch. And 2 are left stranded. 57's have left 9 on base tonight. And bottom of 6 coming up. 5-4 lead for the Yorkton Cardinals. We'll be back with more 57's baseball shortly.
When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes, unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Hello to the Sharps. You're not going to stay for the win.
Well, And welcome back, Swift Current 57's fans. Aaron Pugh deployed by Joe Carnahan. Joey Machado, an inning, a third of work, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, striking out 2, facing 8 hitters. Aaron Pugh, 4 appearances, all in relief, 6 1/3 innings of work, allowing 4 hits, 1 earned run. He has struck out 10 and walked 2 with a 1.10 earned run average. So Pugh has been solid out of the bullpen this year for the 57's. Pugh from the 204 in Manitoba comes in to battle with the Cards here. Yorkton up 5-4. Pugh strikes hitters off, or strikes hitters out at a rate of better than 1 per inning. So 9-1-2 to up for the Cardinals. Jace Wilson, Griffey Halley, and Ryan Nemi. Jace Wilson, last time he was up, wore a stray Jack Ferguson fastball in the back. 86 miles an hour right between the numbers. And that one stung him. He toughed it out. He's back in. First time facing righty Aaron Pugh. Pugh. First pitch fastball.
1 ball, no strikes.
1-0 count. Wilson versus Pugh. Two strikes. Or 1-1 the count, rather, to Wilson. Ball and a called strike thus far. Pugh to Dawson Tate.
Down in the dirt.
Breaking ball in the dirt.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 the count.
2 balls, no strike.
Aaron Pugh.
Foul tips. He was a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Jace Wilson gets a small piece of that ball, and it's a 2-2 count. Manitoba product. Aaron Pugh wearing Johnny DeVisser's number 15 out there. Jace Wilson hitting 170 on the year. Number 9 hitter. Breaking ball from Pugh. Just misses the outside corner. Right-handed pitcher. Against a guy who hits from the left side of the plate in Jace Wilson. Top of the order on deck in Griffey Halley.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count. Curveball and ball 4. Breaking ball not missing by much as Jace Wilson takes his base. 3-2 curveball that was pretty close from Pugh. They got a better look at it behind the plate than we do up here in the broadcast booth, though.
Center fielder stands in.
As Griffey Halley in his 3rd game of the season comes up to the plate. He's hitting .444 in limited at-bats. Runner on at first for him to work with. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th inning, and the Cardinals trying to build on a 5-4 lead here at Jubilee Park. Runner on at first. Fastball from Pugh, swinging strike. Ryan Nemi on deck.
No balls, 1 strike.
The Washington product, Griffey Halley. Jace Wilson on at first. Pugh unleashes a changeup.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And the count 0-2 to Halley.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Nobody out. 1 on here. Bottom of 6. 57's bussing back to Swift Current tonight. They host Edmonton tomorrow. A rematch of the last 2 league finals at Mitchell Field. And then the top in the league, Weyburn Beavers, in town on Thursday. Curveball fouled out of here.
Piece of it and fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. absolutely no.
Weyburn Beavers, top team in the league. They're in one just down the road in Melville. 6-5, the Melville Millionaires lead it in the top of the 8th. Weyburn coming from behind last night to beat Regina, though. Okotoks up 3-2 on Lethbridge, and Regina pounding the Brooks Bombers 8-1. Nothing in 2 the count here to Griffey Halley here in Yorkton.
Down low.
That pitch just missing low. 1-2 count with a runner on at first.
Aaron Pugh being very deliberate and between pitches. Remember Ferguson when he was in there, the pitches were coming very
Bottom of the 6th inning. As Pugh. Curveball.
Up high and inside.
Up and in. Did he go? No, he didn't. 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Griffey Halley, 2 for 2, with a couple of runs batted in. Upping his numbers to 444. This is the 3rd game of the year that he's played. Pugh. Fly ball. Hit to the outfield. Miles Miller in center. Makes the grab. Halley flies out to 8. Now Ryan Nemi, who's uncharacteristically 0 for 3 in this contest. Runner on at first and 1 down here, bottom of the 6th inning, and a 5-4 lead.
5-4-3 double play, ground out to the shortstop, and field is safe and field is choice. 0 for 3 tonight for.
Let's get a look at that runner at first there.
Let's hit some.
So can the Melville Millionaires, just a half hour down the road from us,
down in the dirt,
give the Weyburn Beavers their first loss? Jace Wilson, as that ball got lost at the feet of Tate. Wilson scampers to second.
The ball's in the dirt like that. So Jace advances on the wild pitch. And gets himself in the scoring position.
So the Cardinals with a potential insurance run at second base. They lead at 5-4 here, and they're digging for more. Aaron Pugh looks the runner at second. Goes back to that curveball called strike. This is Ryan Nemi.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Ryan as in Sandberg out of Belton, Texas. Pugh looking the runner at second. Winds and delivers. Fastball. Ground ball. Hunter. Off to first. Nemi retired. Runner advances to third, though. There's 2 away. And now Clyde to the plate. Yeah, 0 for 2. He's walked and struck out in this one. Also flown out. He's got a runner at third to work with. He hit very well in his first few games in Yorkton, but the Swift Current 57's have held him in check. He would love to break out here at the expense of Aaron Pugh in the Swift Current 57's as that curveball misses inside from Aaron Pugh. And the Taiwanese Clyde battling with some very Canadian mosquitoes at home plate. Pugh goes back to that curveball, same spot.
2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 count. So Clyde steady diet of fastballs so far, or curveballs rather. Bottom of the 6th. Yorkton with some potential insurance with that runner on at third base. Pugh opts for a little bit more velocity, and now 2-1 after the swinging strike by Yaw. Runner on at third, lined up in foul territory as a good base runner does. Ground ball, Hunter, 6-3, and that'll do it. 1 is left stranded. And the deficit for the 57's remains but 1 run as grounds out to the shortstop. Top of 7 coming up. Swift trails 5-4. This is Swift Current 57's baseball.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the hearing place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Ethan Hunter leading off for the Swift Current 57's. Weyburn Beavers 13-0 going into tonight, but they're in one in Melville. 6-5 Melville leads it. Weyburn with a come-from-behind win last night over the Regina Red Sox as they were trailing late, but managed to win it in 10 innings. Melville Millionaires with the opportunity to blemish perfection at the expense of the Beavers. Bottom of the 8th and a 6-5 lead for Melville. Swift Current 57's and their four-game winning streak is in jeopardy here at Yorkton. 5-4 is the score for the Cardinals. Hunter, Tate, Doki, 6-7-8 due up here. Jake Gill, jam shot. That's it to Wilson, and Wilson taking the first baseman off the bag, and Ethan Hunter is going to reach on error. Throwing error came in hot, and Hunter on via the E6. And the Swift Current 57's will try and hold the Cardinals to account for that errant throw by their shortstop. Dawson Tate to the plate now.
Dawson Tate stands in, catcher. Hit by a pitch, walk.
Dawson Tate, couple RBI.
RBI single.
It's been hit by a pitch tonight, also a walk. 265 on the year for Dawson. He needs to come up big here as we're in the twilight innings of this ball game, as that fastball is hammered low and away. 1-0 count to Dawson.
1 ball, no strikes.
That quick overhand release by Jake Gill, really creating an illusion of a real high-velocity pitch, and it does have some heat on it, but the delivery of that seems to add a few miles an hour visually, as he really lets it go straight from 12 o'clock. Hitting the gun at about 82 miles an hour. That fastball from Gill. Joe Carnahan sends in the signals. Nobody out here. 1 on. Ethan Hunter reaching on error moments ago. Jared Doki on deck. Dawson Tate up now. Tate showing bunt. And he does get that bunt down. Hunter scampers to second base. Tate thrown out at first. Tate does the job. And the teammates come out and acknowledge his sacrifice efforts. Everyone out to fist bump Tate.
And it brings up the third baseman, Jared Doki.
And now Jared Doki with 1 down and a runner in scoring position. The tying run, Ethan Hunter represents that for the 57's. Will Baker on deck. Doki 0 for 1 with a couple of walks, reaching on a fielder's choice. Jake Gill hurls that fastball towards Doki.
Down a little bit low. 1 ball, no strike.
32nd pitch of the ball game for Gill.
1 away here in the top half.
18 for strikes or contact, 14 balls. The count for Gill. He's worked 2 innings thus far.
Top of 7.
Third pitcher deployed by Jody Farrington and the Yorkton Cardinals. Gill has a look at Hunter. Inside to Doki as he gets out the way of that one.
We have a left-hander loosening up in the bullpen. And it's just
Oh, that's
soft
probably
toss right now.
Parker Hubbard. Yeah, that's Parker Hubbard.
Doki
Parker Hubbard, the 6'5".
awaiting the 2-0. And Doki gets a piece of that, hits it to center field. Hunter tags up, and he feigned like he was going to go. But respecting the arm of Griffey Halley, Hunter stays put. 2 down for Will Baker.
That's 2 away.
2 away, top of the 7th. 5-4, the 57's trail.
Will Baker with a walk.
Will Baker would love to get some sort of a base hit here and score his infield counterpart, Ethan Hunter, who's at second base.
0 for 2 tonight. Left-handed batter.
57's have left 9 on the base paths thus far in this one. They don't want to make it another one as that fastball hammers the catcher's mitt.
First pitch fastball called strike. No balls, 1 strike.
Jake Gill having a look at the runner at second base. Unleashes a fastball that just misses low and away to Baker.
1 ball,
Top
1
of the
strike.
order, and Miles Miller on deck for Swift.
And Jimmy Mcdonald up there directing traffic, directing the players into the position he thinks he ought to be. Of course, he's calling the ball, he's calling the pitches, and he wants his defense where they can correspondingly.
Quick look at Hunter, and Gill to the plate. Gets that into right field. Tyrus Jones is trying to zero in on that ball and makes the catch in foul territory. Jones in all that foul territory manages to make the catch. And another runner is stranded for the Swift Current 57's. That does it for the top of the 7th. Bottom of coming up. 5-4 lead for the Yorkton Cardinals. And we'll be back with more after this.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale, selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball. Glad you could join us wherever you may be. Swift Current trailing 5-4 here to the Yorkton Cardinals. It's the bottom of the 7th. Jared McDonald, Dylan Champagne, Logan Zosiah due up for Yorkton. Aaron Pugh, another inning of work on the mound for the 57's. So far, Aaron, 1 inning of work. Walking 1, facing 4 batters.
But good for him. He's here every game and has been for years. But, so leading off now, let me just find where I'm at here right now. For the Cardinals.
Right-handed pitcher Aaron Pugh delivering to third baseman Jared McDonald. McDonald fouls that out of the ballpark. We've had a few exit the ballpark tonight in foul territory. 1 home run tonight, courtesy Dylan Champagne of the Cardinals.
0 for 2.
You often see a lot of runs in this ballpark scored late as the sun goes down, as he swings at that curveball Jared McDonald does. Swinging strike 2 after fouling 1 off.
That makes the count 1 ball.
And now 1-2 to McDonald. Hoping for a packed house tomorrow night. The last time the Edmonton Prospects were in Swift Current. 1,200 fans watching Swift Current hoist the WNBL championship as McDonald hammers 1 off the bases. That's a single for McDonald.
Jared McDonald.
Yorkton's
That
getting
one
the
got
bounces
by
tonight.
Right over the mound and hit second base and went way up in the air.
McDonald with a single up the middle.
Dribbler up the middle that bounces off second base. And now Dylan Champagne to the plate, who's got a homer tonight. They love the long ball in Yorkton, and they would be absolutely delighted if Champagne could uncork another one here.
And it's in the dirt. The runner's gonna
Ball's going to hop away from Dawson Tate. He can't find it.
And Jared McDonald's going to go all the way
And
to
McDonald
third
will
base.
gallop all the way to third base.
And
As that ball hopped away from catcher Dawson Tate,
lost sight of the
and he was
ball.
unable to get a fine beat on it
when
until
got the
McDonald
bounce
was
up,
well past second
and,
base.
Jared just kept on running. So we've got a man on third base, nobody out.
So another runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. Nobody out here. And Yorkton looking for some insurance.
Champagne at the plate with a count of
Champagne represents the number 5 hitter in Yorkton's batting order. Logan Zozaya on deck. 57's infield in, trying to keep it in front of him. As you can see, toes on the infield grass here. As Aaron Pugh with a 1-1 count. As Tate lines up just off the plate, pitches inside, Tate blocks, runner holds, 2-1 the count.
Right center field. It was an opposite field home run for him, and it sailed a good 400 feet. His third home run of the season. It's hard to keep a picture up from batting when he's hitting like that.
Aaron Pugh
Down low.
misses low.
3 balls in those
3-1 count to Champagne.
He said before, he told me that he hits better when he's pitching, and he pitches better when he's hitting along with it. So he likes to stay in the game. 3 balls, no strikes.
3-0 count. Pugh delivers.
Down low. And that's
In the dirt, Champagne's going to walk to
4
first.
pitches, and Dylan's on first base.
5-pitch walk as Champagne takes first.
5 pitch walk, actually. But nobody
And
out
now
here
Logan Zozaya.
in the 7th, and
Joe Carnahan's going to make his way out to the dugout and give the 57's an opportunity to limber somebody up in their bullpen.
coming up the plate. In the meantime,
You see creatures stirring in the Swift bullpen.
a little pump-up music happening here in the ballpark.
5-4, the Cardinals lead it. There's runners on the corners. Dylan Champagne, a .250 hitter, who has a home run tonight, walked moments ago. Logan Zozaya at the plate, who's hitting .273.
So Logan,
Oregonian Logan Zozaya, runners on the corners.
drive a run in. We got runners on the corners.
Swift Current trying to limit their deficit to just 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-4, Yorkton leads it.
Up high with
Curveball stays up from Aaron
1 ball,
Pugh.
no strikes. Nobody out here in the
1-0 count, nobody down. Runners on the corners, bottom of Sev.
Cardinals trying to put together a big inning here and split this series.
57's, I believe they're warming up Matt Fiorni in their
1 ball, 1 strike.
bullpen.
Left-hander in the bullpen for Swift Current. No action at all in the Cardinal pen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 count.
Here's a look in from Pugh. He steps off the rubber.
And Pugh and Dawson Tate are going to have a quick conversation here.
One ball, 1 strike.
1-1 the count to Zozaya, who's 1 for 3 this game. Aaron Pugh, an inning of work, 28 pitches.
How did McDonald get on base?
He's singles off the
That's
side
it,
shot
second
or-
base, yeah. One pitch.
Pugh to the plate.
Gonna drop in
Flared
there.
into the outfield, and the Cardinals are going to get some insurance here as one comes in to score. Mcdonald touches home plate, and it's an RBI single by Zosea as he flares one into left field, and the Cards go up 2. 6-4 the score here in the bottom of 7. Thyras Jones with the opportunity to give Yorkton even more insurance with nobody out and runners on at first and second. Thyras hitting .265, the native of Orlando, Florida.
Thyras got the average up to 265 right now. Left-handed batter. He had that triple. An inning back in the fifth, actually.
Runners on at first and second. Bo McClintock with nobody out is going to get right in the grill of Jones as they anticipate a bunt.
And it's low. 1 ball.
1-0 count.
No strikes. Thyras is an accomplished bunter. You've seen him do it several times. He can beat a bunt out for a base hit.
Again,
He's also,
you can see Bo McClintock well into the infield grass there.
Right in here, in his grill here. He's right
Bo anticipating that bunt being dropped. Thyras aiming the bat like he wants to push it down third base there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Called strike. 1-1.
One ball, 1 strike.
1-1 count to Jones. Cardinals up 2, looking for some more insurance in the twilight innings of this contest. Here comes Bo again with 1 strike against Jones. And Jones up and in.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1.
McClintock rushing towards the plate with every pitch. If Thyras was to ever swing that one, I would not want to be Bo McClintock. Thyras does have some power, and he can pull the ball as well.
Bo McClintock earlier this week, stray ground ball in the face, a couple stitches. He's clearly not afraid of the baseball as he's getting right up in there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and that takes away the bunt option.
2 strikes now, so Bo will back it up a little bit.
Good ball game tonight, exciting ball game. Nice one getting blown away by.
6-4 the score. Flags dangling in center field. No wind to speak of here in Yorkton.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count to Thyras Jones. Bo still with his toes on the infield glass. Anything pulled by Thyras. Potential double play. 6-4-3. Runner advances to third. So 2 away. An opportune double play by the 57's. Hunter Baker McClintock, Whammo 2 away. Jimmy Mcdonald, the catcher, to the plate. Dylan Champagne advances to third. 57's not out of the woods yet. 2 down here and another potential insurance run at third base for the Cardinals.
Jimmy 0 for 3 tonight.
McDonald is 0 for 3. He's a 182 hitter. And it looks like Matt Fiorni will be assigned the task of taking care of the aforementioned Jimmy McDonald as Joe Carnahan comes out of the 57's dugout, motions down to the bullpen where Fiorni was warming up. And the left-hander is going to enter this ball game, and Aaron Pugh will give the baseball to Joe Carnahan. We'll give Matt a chance to warm up, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals lead at 6-4. Fiorni and the 57's will try and keep it that way, and we'll be back shortly.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
Welcome back to Cardinal Field, 57's fans. Matt Fiorni deployed by 57's coach Joe Carnahan.
So Jimmy Mcdonald set to step in.
Matt on the year. 5 appearances all in relief, 6 2/3 innings of work, allowing 13 hits, 5 earned runs. He's struck out 9 and walked 4. 0-1 with a 5.25 earned run average. He's got to face Jimmy Mcdonald, the catcher for the Cardinals. McDonald 0 for 3, hitting 182. Runner on at third base and 2 away. The Cardinals lead at 6-4. There's the setting. McDonald trying to score Dylan Champagne, who's at third base. The lefty Fiorni winds and delivers. Fastball called strike.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 away here, folks.
2 down. Bottom of the 7th inning.
Yorkton
with 1 across the plate to give themselves a little bit of insurance. 6-4 the score. Off speed offering, swing and a miss. 2 strikes against Jimmy McDonald. Jace Wilson, shortstop, on deck. Fiorni. Strike 3, and Matt Fiorni comes in and does what he needs to do. Dylan Champagne left out at third base. The damage limited to just 1. Top of 8 coming up. The deficit for Swift Current is 2. 6-4 Cardinals. Back with more shortly.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball. It's Ryan Schweitzer in Yorkton, top of the 8th, and the deficit is 2 for the Swift Current 57's. New pitcher for the Yorkton Cardinals is they're going to send Parker Hubbard into this one. Tennessee product who's had 2 appearances, 5 2/3 innings of work, 5 earned runs. He has struck out 8 and walked 3, 0-1 with a 3.70 earned run average. Tall, lanky lefty Hubbard coming in. He relieves Jake Gill, who came in and gave the Cardinals a solid 2 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 hit, striking out 1, and walking 1, facing 12 57 hitters, and keeping Swift Current off the board. So a solid appearance from Jake Gill. And now Parker Hubbard comes in. He's got the top of the order to deal with for the 57's. Miles Miller, Bo McClintock, Alex Orenchuk. So Miles Miller, the electrifying leadoff hitter who's hitting .308 since arriving in Swift Current last week. Swift Current right where they want to be here with the top of the order coming up in the 8th inning, down by 2. Parker Hubbard, the lefty, hits Miles Miller in the dome. And that actually went off the bat. I thought it got Miller in the batting helmet. He ducked to get out of the way of that one, and unluckily, strike one against Miles.
No balls, one strike. A little high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 the count to Miles. Parker Hubbard winds and delivers.
Strike.
Fastball strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Miles rather with a walk and a fly out, a strikeout. And
wind up and the delivery, breaking ball. And a nice looking slider out of the left hand of Hubbard. And Miller goes down swinging. 1 down here in the 8th.
Brings up the big heavy hit.
Visibility a little bit better for hitters here in Yorkton at this stage in the ball game as the sun sets in the western sky. And Snow World in straightaway center field becomes a little more batter friendly. Parker Hubbard. Fastball fouled off by McClintock. Bo 1 for 2 with a run scored. He's hitting .310 on the year, the reigning WNBL Player of the Week.
Cardinals on top by 2.
Yorkton with a 2-run lead. Hubbard. McClintock hits that one way up in the air, way above the lights. This may be trouble. Griffey Halley is there to make the catch, though. And 2 down here in the 8th. Alex Orenchuk to the plate now. Alex uncharacteristically 0 for 4. 327 average for Alex. First time facing Parker Hubbard tonight. Ben Komanowski on deck. Orenchuk trying to keep things going here in the 8th. Fastball to Orenchuk.
Hubbard, rather, neglected to mention, was on the mound. I think this is his 2nd appearance, or 3rd, maybe it's 3rd appearance.
Hubbard winds and delivers. Orenchuk fouls that off. Breaking ball. Orenchuk with a defensive swing there.
I believe he stands 6'5". I know
tall, lanky lefty out of Tennessee, Parker Hubbard. The big lefty.
Tall drink of water.
Trying to take care of Orenchuk. Check swing on the fastball, redirected into the backstop.
That makes it count.
Deficit for the 57's is 2, 6-4 here in the top of the 8th inning.
2 away, folks.
Orenchuk representing the number 3 spot in Swift Current's batting order, as Hubbard with 2 strikes against Orenchuk.
Took something off. Called strike 3.
Called strike 3.
That's it for Orenchuk.
And the 57's go down 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 8th, and they'll try and limit the deficit to just 2. Bottom of 8 coming up. This is Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Matt Fiorni, who came in last inning and got a key out for the Swift Current 57's with a runner in scoring position, getting set to work the bottom of the 8th here. And keep the Yorkton Cardinals off the scoreboard. The deficit for the 57's that they need to make up as of right now is 2 runs. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Yorkton Cardinals. Jace Wilson, Griffey Halley, Ryan Nemi. Barring any substitutions by Johnny Farrington, head coach of the Yorkton Cardinals.
Got a walk and a strikeout and hit by that pitch. And,
Jace Wilson, 170 coming into this at bat. Wore a hard fastball right in the middle of the back earlier in this one. 7 hit batsmen in this game. All of the seemingly accidental variety. As Matt Fiorni, the lefty, unleashes fastball for a called strike on Wilson. 1-1 count here, bottom of the 8th inning. 57's hosting the Edmonton Prospects tomorrow. A rematch of last year's league final. Also the 2016 league final, Swift Current in Edmonton. Last time the Prospects were in town, 1,200 fans in Mitchell Field watched the 57's hoist the Harry Hallis League Championship trophy.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The dreaded Weyburn Beavers in town Thursday
Gets a sign
to battle the 57's as Matt Fiorni. Motioning out of the way of that is Jace Wilson. And the Weyburn Beavers have tasted defeat for the first time this year as the Melville Millionaires have beat them 6-5. Perfection blemished in Melville, as the Beavers now go to 13-1 after a dynamite start to the 2018 season. Jace Wilson's going to get a walk here.
So he'll take the free pass.
So runner on. Elsewhere in the Wimble, the Okotoks Dogs and Lethbridge Bulls are all tied up at 3. They're in extra innings at Spitz Stadium. That's in the bottom of the 10th as the Bulls try to walk off against the Dogs. Top of the 9th, Regina Red Sox with an 8-4 lead on the Brooks Bombers. And in the top of the 9th, it looks like they're poised for extra innings in Fort Mac as Medhat and Fort Mac tied at 2. And of course here in Yorkton, 6-4 lead for the Yorkton Cardinals on the Swift Current 57's. Yorkton trying to abruptly halt a 4-game winning streak that the 57's had going into this one. Top of the order and Griffey Halley at the plate, so Yorkton right where they want to be in their lineup if they want to pull ahead and stay ahead in this one. Griffey Halley, couple hits, couple runs batted in this game. He's going to show bunt with a runner on at first and nobody out and pulls away on that pitch that crossed the plate just below the letters of the Northern Washington-born outfielder.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Griffey Halley, named after Ken Griffey Jr., the guy who hits after him in the lineup. Ryan Nemi, named for Ryan Sandberg. As Matt Fiorni, with bunt being showed, Bull McClintock charges in from first base. McClintock already with 3 stitches in his face from a ground ball earlier this week. Not afraid to block a ball with his visage. This type of player Joe Carnahan just loves. Coach Joe in his playing days played tough and aggressive. That's his favorite type of player. Called strike 3. Matt Fiorni takes care of Griffey Halley.
That's 1 away.
1 down here, bottom of 8. Runner on at first. Ryan Nemi, 320 on the year, and uncharacteristically 0 for 4 in this one. Nemi would love to make something here as he goes through his pre-at-bat routine. Runner on at first.
He's been stymied by
Clyde Yaw on deck. Yaw also 0 for 3 with a walk.
First pitch outside for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
So Halley with a couple hits tonight, but it's really the number 4 hitter down that's paid the bills tonight for the Yorkton Cardinals. Jared Mcdonald with a hit and 2 runs scored. Dylan Champagne, home run, and he's touched home plate twice. Logan Zozaya with a couple hits and a swipe bag for Jace McDonald as he gallops to second base uncontested.
He's got himself a good jump on the play.
So he puts himself into scoring position with 1 down.
Give him a stolen base.
So the middle of the order paying the bills tonight for the Yorkton Cardinals, helping them to this 6-4 lead.
And that last pitch was a strike, was a high inside.
First 3 hitters in Yorkton's lineup.
1 strike.
2 for 11. Bottom 2 hitters 0 for 5.
So Jason, scoring position.
Heart of the order getting it done for Johnny Farrington's Cardinals.
Shortstop moves in behind him. They're trying to keep him a little closer.
Matt Fiorni dealing with Ryan Nemi.
This one's outside.
Just misses out. Lefty on lefty. 2 balls and a strike.
Jay's playing the 6th hole today. Shortstop position.
Big Clyde Yao on deck. Runner in scoring position.
This one misses as well.
Couple of pitches just off the plate. 3-1.
Matt Fiorni. One away.
1 down. 8th inning. Bottom of.
Left-hander.
Fiorni.
Delivers, and it's outside.
And again, missing low and away, and that's going to be a walk to Ryan Nemi.
So Ryan Nemi
With the dangerous Clyde Yah coming to the plate.
down at first base. First and second occupied. And Clyde.
And Yah may be due to break out here.
Designated hitter tonight.
Swung the ball real well in his first few games with the Yorkton Cardinals. He struggled in this 2-game set against the Swift Current 57's. Can Matt Fiorni keep the dangerous Taiwanese infielder at bay? Fiorni induces a swinging strike from Yah, who takes a big hack with cruel intentions. 0-1 the count with 1 down and 2 on. Bottom of the 8th inning. Swift Current hoping to limit the deficit to just 2 here. And hoping for something in the top of the 9th. Jace Wilson in motion. Throw to third base in time, and they get the pesky. No, they didn't. Jared Doakey unable to hang on to that ball. Good throw from Tate and another swipe bag for Jace Wilson. Now runners on the corners. And that alters this complexion of this at-bat for Clyde Yah now. There's another bit of insurance just a few feet away for the Yorkton Cardinals. Matt Fiorni looking the runner at first. Yah swings defensively. Strike 2. One down here in the bottom of the 8th. See there 2 blue shirts on the corners.
Wilson on third base via the walk.
Fiorni.
Inside.
Fastball in, just above the shoelaces of Yah.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 count. Jared Mcdonald was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a walk on deck.
Guys are off tomorrow.
Fiorni.
This one misses wide.
Outside with 2 strikes against Yah, evening things out at 2-2 with 1 away here. 2 on.
We've lost some of our crowd here tonight, and tomorrow's a working
Couple of big home games coming up for the 57's after tonight. Edmonton and Weyburn tomorrow and Wednesday. Fiorni looks the runner at first. Yah. Swinging strike, but that gets away from Dawson Tate.
And everybody's safe. Swinging.
And Clyde Yah ruled out.
Yeah, goes down on strikes for
Runners
out
can
number
advance at
2.
their own risk.
Brings to the plate the third baseman, number 30, Jared McDonald.
So Clyde Yah strikes out. Jared McDonald to the plate. Runners on at second and third. 57's not out of the woods yet, but that second out's a big one. The dangerous stick of Clyde Yah kept in check.
The man at first could have advanced, but he does sort of his own
Cleanup hitter McDonald.
And the batter is a straight out now, strikeout.
Fiorni
Here's a called strike.
catches the outside part of the plate. Lefty versus righty here.
No balls, 1 strike. 2 away.
2 down and 2 on.
Let's bring him in here now. Jared McDonald.
Fiorni. Hit by McDonald. That could be trouble. That's up there. Alex Orenchuk and Miles Miller won't be able to get to it. 1 will score.
And Jared's stand-up double at second base.
2 come in to score. And it's a double for Jared Mcdonald.
Jared McDonald with the double and 2 RBI.
2 come in to score, and now the task is a big one for the Swift Current 57's, as the deficit will be at least 4 runs going into the 9th inning, with Dylan Champagne coming to the plate. 4-run lead for the Cardinals. Guy who already has a home run tonight at the plate with a runner on at second base. First pitch, called strike. Pitch taken by Champagne.
Back in the 5th inning.
Matt Fiorni looks McDonald back to second.
Chases McDonald back to second base.
Matt Fiorni
Here's the pitch.
induces a called strike.
Inside.
Champagne.
Inside strike. Crowd's not in agreement with the call.
Champagne, native of Detroit, Michigan. Upping his numbers to 250 this year. He'd love to put this one out of reach. 4 runs the deficit already. He reaches for that ball, hits it to Doki at third, and they get Champagne via the 5-3. 1 is left out there, but the Yorkton Cardinals put up another crooked number and get 2 in the bottom of the 8th. The deficit for the Swift Current 57's is 4. 8-4 lead Yorkton. Last chance for Swift coming up. This is Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes, unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. Swift Current, the deficit is 4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Not impossible. Stranger things have happened in this ballpark. Teams have come back from larger deficits at this point in the game. It's a ballpark where anything can and often will happen. But Yorkton certainly in the driver's seat nonetheless. Pitching now for the Yorkton Cardinals, Austin Skellhorn, the native of Aurora, Ontario. He's going to come in. Skellhorn, 5 appearances, 1 start, 7 innings of work. 14 runs allowed, all of them earned. He struck out 7 and walked 9. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 14.
For Swift Current, it's Ben Kamenowski.
Kamenowski, Binsfield, Hunter due up for the 57's, barring any pinch hit situations. The deficit is 4.
Who's pitching?
Austin Skellhorn coming on in relief. 5th pitcher utilized in this 8-4 game by Johnny Farrington, coach of the Yorkton Cardinals. It's a big one tomorrow night in Swift Current. Edmonton Prospects are in town. Defending Western Division champions. A team that Swift Current has twice beaten in the WNBL final in the past 2 years. So Swift Current and Edmonton renew acquaintances tomorrow night at Mitchell Field, and then Weyburn is in town Thursday. Weyburn with the first blemish on their season tonight. They opened up the year by winning 13 straight, but Melville beat them 6-5 just down the road in Melville. So the Melville Millionaires had lost 9 in a row, but now they've won their last 2.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 the count here. Skellhorn.
2-1.
2-1 the count to Kamenowski.
4 to score in this ball game.
57's down to their last chance here.
Called strike.
Skellhorn,
Fastball.
85 miles an hour on the gun. Called strike to Komanowski.
There's 85.
Ben with a homer last night, 1 for 3 in this one.
Mosquitoes are out and about.
Skellhorn. Second time the 57's have seen
3
him.
balls, 2 strikes.
Full count now to Komanowski.
Okay, awesome. We got to throw strikes here. They can be hitters now.
Street lights dotting the night sky off in the distance. Here in Yorkton. Skellhorn
Shot
induces a foul ball.
on the right side. Count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count remains. Fans of the 2- and 4-legged variety here in Yorkton.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
Swung on and missed. 1 down. Top of the 9th as Ben Komanowski chases after some high ched.
Stepping in here now.
Jared Binsfield, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. 283 on the year.
1 for 3 on the night. We scored back in the second inning. He's got a walk and
Ethan Hunter on deck.
base hit in the 5th.
Top of the 9th.
This one's deep.
Fly ball
And it's
hit into right center, and that's a good piece of hitting by Ethan Hunter as that's going to drop in. Hunter galloping past second base. Look at him go. Hunter running like people are chasing him, and he gets a triple.
Got himself a triple, stand-up triple. Deep right center.
So Ethan Hunter electrifies the 57's dugout with a triple, standing up at third base. As he goes oppo,
You're never safe with this.
or Binsfield rather, with that triple. Hunter at the plate now.
Hate to be harping on that. This team is too good a team to take anything for granted.
So the
And,
57's not going quietly into the night after that triple by Binsfield.
1 away. Ethan Hunter, the fine shortstop.
Our apologies to the Binsfield family, who were likely yelling, "That's my boy," at the screen, whilst I was giving Hunter credit for that triple. Now Ethan Hunter at the plate, who's had himself a game, 1 for 3 with a run scored. And some very good plays at short.
No balls, 1 strike.
Fastball low and away,
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
One ball, 1 strike.
Skellhorn,
Outside again.
fastball out.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 the count. Skellhorn
Nobody up in.
not giving Hunter much to work with yet. Fastball
Fouled back.
fouled off into the night sky.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Skellhorn.
3 and
Hunter
2.
thought about chasing low and away.
Three balls, 2 strikes. There's a nail biting time here in
Ethan Hunter,
Birdland.
type of player who seems to thrive on pressure
3 balls, 2
situations.
strikes. Skellhorn.
Trying to keep his team alive. Skellhorn, full count pitch, and Hunter patiently takes a walk. Good at bat for Ethan Hunter. Binsfield tripling moments ago. Hunter on at first. Runners on the corners with 1 away here in the 9th. Dawson Tate now taking a turn.
And Dawson Tate's standing in. Dawson's been on base 3 times tonight. Hit by a pitch twice. Walked in the 5th and played out a nice sack.
Give a shout out to Swift Current Mayor Dennis Perot enjoying our webcast tonight from his home in Swift. Not just the mayor of Swift Current, but also a billet family this year as well. And the guy that lives in his basement is on first base. Dawson Tate at the plate right now. He's got a couple RBI this game, 1 for 1. He's walked. 265 average on the year. And we're going to need a powwow on the pitcher's mound before we advance any further. Austin Skellhorn meeting with Jimmy Mcdonald here. Jared Doakey on deck. 57's. The deficit is 4.
Nobody in the bullpen, and there's only one thing to do is that's those strikes. Make them be hitters now.
Dawson Tate digging in.
There's a strike.
Called strike.
I think he's up at 1-1.
1-1 the count.
Cards defense playing straight away. Tossed to first base, and it was close.
Hunter checked over at first.
And the mosquitoes are getting very feisty tonight. You don't normally get too many up in the box here, but
Dawson Tate
I see everybody in the crowd swatting right now.
trying to keep things going for the 57's. Opposite field shot. And that will exit Jubilee Field here in Yorkton.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
They've brought their lawn chairs, they've brought their dogs, and they've brought their enthusiasm. The Yorkton fans tonight enjoying their team up 8-4.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 count to Tate. Austin Skellhorn.
Again at first base.
He's going to let Ethan Hunter know that he's on his mind.
Keeping Ethan Hunter close at the bag there right now. Just cut his lead down a little bit. He's about 6 feet off the bag.
Hunter over at first. Skellhorn.
Got him.
Strike 3. 2 away.
2 away.
Change up from Skellhorn. Yes, Tate was expecting something with a little more heat on it. Fastball from Skellhorn has been going at about 85, but a 79-mile-an-hour offering there gets Tate swinging. And now Jared Doakey will do his best to keep this game going here in the top of the 9th with his team down 4. Skellhorn. First pitch fastball to Doakey.
What else would it be? That, 1 ball, 2 away.
Wind up and the delivery. Skellhorn, Doakey. Well hit baseball, and that's going to bring a run in here. 57's not going quietly. Deficit now 3 as Binsfield comes in to score after that triple. And now scampering to third base is Hunter, and the ball's thrown away. And the Cardinals kick the ball around the infield a little bit. And a run comes in to score. And with the ball thrown away, Doakey will advance to third base. So now it's 8-6, and suddenly Will Baker represents the tying run. Anything can happen in this ballpark. First pitch strike to Baker. Baker's walked, struck out. 0 for 3, 188. And top of the order on deck for the 57's. We're not done here. Pitch low and away. Righty on righty to Baker.
I would say just concentrate on this battery.
Skellhorn. And Baker wears one in the elbow. And Miles Miller represents the go-ahead run now. Miles is 0 for 4. He's due. He's got a walk tonight. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here as assistant coach Brady Hull makes his way out of the Cardinals dugout. And nobody in the bullpen. Hull doing some strategizing.
Yeah, you're right. I can't believe nobody warming up. Guys in trouble like crazy. And nobody's warming up. The guy hasn't done it all season.
So 8-6 the score. Tying run represented by Baker at first. Go-ahead run represented by Miles Miller at the plate. There's 2 out here in the top of the 9th. Swift Current coming into the top of the 9th, trailing by 4. They've narrowed the deficit to 2.
Miles Miller.
Jared Doakey singled to left field.
And, he represents
Ethan
the
Hunter advancing to
involving
second and then third on an error by the second baseman. And Ethan Hunter scoring on a comedy of errors. Called strike to Miles Miller. And the Cardinals 1 out away, but the 57's making it interesting here.
chopped. Back to the pitcher.
Swinging bunt back to the pitcher. Bobbled. Throws to first, and they get him in time. Just barely. And the Cardinals escape by the skin of their teeth after the Swift Current 57's make it interesting. And a 4-game winning streak by the 57's brought to an abrupt halt here in Yorkton with that 8-6 win. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow night at Mitchell Field. The Edmonton Prospects are in town, a rematch from last year's championship final. 7:05, first pitch. That'll do it for another webcast of Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino. Good night from Yorkton.
Who are you pitching for?